everyone!
Hello, you beautiful people! We are back at last!
Hello.
We are together again! At last, I got them last!
Okay.
I Gundam last.
Hey, welcome to Anime Amigos Best of Oh, thanks.
Socially distanced summer.
So, our socially distanced summer special.
As good of that as we can get, at least.
Well, because our camera is useless. I will say, in case you're worried about us, don't worry. We all work together, so we are in the same support bubble, which is within our government guidelines, and we're in a COVID-safe workplace.
And Cal and I live together as well.
And share the same bed.
It's a real Bert and Ernie with them.
Ooh.
Could it have at least been Morecambe and Wise?
No, because that's not gay enough.
No.
Also, because I don't know who the fuck they are.
What?
You don't know Morecambe and Wise though.
I'm going to send you so many videos after this.
Okay.
You're about to see the funniest thing you'll
Well,
ever see in
sorry
your
for
life.
not being cultured like you lot.
I think.
Welcome to Anime Amigos. Welcome to Anime Amigos.
Actually, what culture do we have? We review anime titties, for Christ's sakes.
Welcome to Anime Amigos, the podcast where I slowly die of stress once a month.
You love it.
I'm Calvin Atkinson, the nerd consultant and Pokemon punk.
I'm Reese Simlet, the Gundam Guru.
I'm Rennick Bromley, the JoJo genius.
I'm Elliot Chapman, the Vanguard Vagrant, and welcome back to the Anime Amigos, the one show out there not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. Please sponsor us, please, for the love of God, sponsor us, we need the money!
We get paid for this.
Not enough!
Some of us have student debts to pay back.
I've missed your jokes in person.
Yeah.
So our first one back, I feel like we need to talk a bit about this season in general, because unlike the spring, remember I said in the spring season that it felt very affected by COVID? This one felt more affected.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't a lot of shows on, and most of what was going to be in summer got moved to fall, or even to winter. Some of them got moved to.
Yeah, wasn't Promised Neverland meant to come out this season?
No, it was meant to come out next season.
Okay,
It was meant to come out in fall. It's now coming out in January. But I will say, I feel like the anime studios are getting more confident about when they're going to be able to bring these anime out, because a bunch of them are announcing not just when the seasons, they're announcing actual release dates. Like, I think the day before we recorded this, it was announced that we're going to have Log Horizon on January the 13th, I believe.
Yep, season 3 of it.
I need to watch the first two then.
I haven't seen Log Horizon.
It's basically SAO, but good.
Okay.
So that's not hard.
All I know about it is that Vice Schwartz made a deck of it, that's all I know.
And we're never going to see any of the end of the light novels because the author's in trouble for tax evasion.
You think that's bad? Have you heard of a manga called Act Age?
Oh yes, I know what's going on.
Yeah,
with that one.
the manga, this really good Shonen Jump manga, has had to be cancelled because the I think it's the story writer, not the artist, is in jail for being a paedophile.
Yeah, he's a massive paedophile.
Yeah,
and Shonen Jump made the absolute right decision to just drop the manga entirely.
I think it's also the artist who said, like, I can't work on this anymore.
Can I just say, I don't want guilt by association with him. I hope he gets some work out of this.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, the artist.
No, not the paedophile. Not the paedophile.
I'm gonna say the artist to Act Age. I really hope you get work soon enough, because seriously, you deserve it.
I don't want his career muddied.
I mean, I don't think he'll really. I don't think he'll be too affected by it.
What did you? I'll start with you, Reese. What did you think of the season as a whole?
Oh, very meh.
Yeah.
You're saying?
I'm the same. I think
very mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre.
I think I had the best opinion of the season. I was kind of like, there's not a lot on, but when I'm watching something, I quite like it. But at the same time, I also felt like this was a season where we felt like we were going through the motions.
I will say it does definitely tell how bad a season is when the best stuff was the stuff from last season.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to say that much, because I think there was some stuff that debuted.
There was still some good stuff this season, but most of the best stuff, in my opinion, were things that were held over from last season.
So, like, your Digimon, your...
Digimon, Aparirama, Food Wars, Being a Detective, things like that.
Yeah.
Billionaire Detective.
Yeah, he wasn't a fan of Billionaire.
Really? I thought it was really good.
He's basically Bruce Wayne if he just worked for the Gotham PD.
Yeah, I thought...
He can single-handedly crush the economy. Why would you give anyone that power?
Yeah,
because he's rich.
I thought that...
Nepotism, man.
Nepotism. I just thought that was really... I thought it was a really good show, personally.
I was kind... it also didn't help that the last couple of weeks we were doing this, Funimation's PlayStation 4 app crashed.
Yeah.
terribly, which meant
repeatedly.
we had trouble getting to watch any of those shows.
And that's why I use my phone, because fuck the PS4.
No. I was having trouble with the phone app as well.
really?
I was as
I
well.
was
Did
having,
you
I
try-
was, no,
did you
I
try
was
to
having, I was having trouble with Crunchyroll's app, not the
Did you try to search for? I'm going to ask you this one, Reese. Did you try to search for Uzaki-chan? Just came out saying bad gateway, 500 or something.
I did a bad gateway. It's got the spinning circle of never ending.
Oh right. It does seem like Funimation just wants you to watch their shit on a computer.
Yeah, I never had any problems with Funimation app personally. Crunchyroll had plenty.
Yeah,
I had loads of trouble with
we
Crunchyroll this season.
it seemed like whenever you guys were having trouble with them, we weren't watching, so we seemed to get the benefit. I mean, it didn't feel. It felt like a season where we were going. Well, at least fall's probably going to be better.
Oh wait, quick question. I should have asked this before. Are we counting Food Wars as a holdover or as a sequel?
Holdover.
Okay, just because only 2 episodes came out last season.
That's why it's counted as a holdover. And I remember this season a holdover can win.
Yeah.
I don't think it will because I've got.
Okay, right.
Because I've got a show. Because as long as it's one that got delayed. For example, Fruits Basket season 2. Despite the fact it was probably the best show that came on this season.
Debatable.
Debatable. I said probably wasn't my favourite show, but it was really good. But it can't win this because it got its full run in spring. It had its chance.
Yeah.
And what did you? Shall we get? Because we're not going to talk a lot about Fruits Basket. How did you guys feel about Fruits Basket season 2? Or Ren's obviously out this.
I saw the pacing was dead slow in the middle. Like when they all went back to school, and then the student council got introduced. I thought it was just padding.
Yeah. At the same time, we did get quite a bit of that in the first season as well.
Yeah, I did like the stuff with Rin and Haru.
At the same time, though, I did still kind of like the fact that we were getting a bit more of these side characters.
And also, there was a weird thing. I didn't know the big plot twist at the end
Really?
was a plot twist.
Yeah.
I haven't finished them really, so don't say anything, please.
Right. Well, I saw it. I was thinking, hang on. I thought this was the actual thing all along.
I thought everyone knew that.
Yeah, I thought it was off.
I will say the twist on what Akito really is, they kind of surprised me. And I think we got more of the seasons of just how much of a bitch she was. Like, holy hell, fuck Akito, seriously.
Like, my God.
Really fuck Akito.
Yeah.
Like,
literally, the whole series could be over if someone just bashed her over their head with a frying pan.
It does seem like...
Yeah,
And then just
Toru,
walk
please
out
do-
the door.
Yeah.
I am happy it's confirmed they're going to conclude the show next year.
Yeah,
I think next year will be my wild card.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that it's not your wild card this year.
Because I don't feel like... I'm saying immediately I'm not going to pick it because... One, there was a show that comes out this season I think I desperately want to go into Anime of the Year.
Right.
And the other reason being that I don't feel like I can nominate a middle part.
Yeah.
It does feel a bit weird to nominate, as good as it is, like the episode where Kyo and Akito met up and they have that, and it's just their conversation.
Yeah.
It's probably the best episode of the show.
Yeah, honestly, one of my favorites is probably the backstory between Rin and Haru.
Rin and Haru's backstory is
Because-
great.
Yeah, like,
It's also kind of amazing how dark it goes in this point.
Yeah, also just you see here in this just how bad it is to be a child of the Zodiac spirit.
Yeah. Shall we get on with our top lock now?
Yeah,
I think so. So we're not, because holdovers are now eligible. We're not going to start with best holdover.
Yep.
We are going to start with best OP and ED. So I now have to get the scorecard up way sooner than I thought. Reese, what have you got?
So 5th place, I got Rent a Girlfriend.
Ooh, 5th place.
And no runners up?
No, I'm seeing top 5 this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 4th, Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yep. Then 3rd, the Digimon Adventure reboot. Second, God of High School.
Oh,
Really?
Ooh.
Because I remember at the start of the season you did not like it.
I liked it, it's just the dubstep.
No, you
Jesus.
grow into it, and then the
Yeah,
dubstep
like-
comes on, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh,
like
no.
I remember at first I was just thinking, it's okay, I probably won't like it. Third listening, I'll be your contradiction.
Yeah.
Then first, ReZero Season 2.
That was a
Ooh.
really good one.
Thank you.
I thought that was amazing.
Okay, so hang on, I've only got down 4. I've got Digimon, Misfits,
Yeah, I only
God of
got-
High School. Oh yeah, no, there is 5 there. My bad. Elliot, you're up.
Okay, well, first of all, some runners up. Number 9 is Fruits Basket, OP4.
Obviously, doesn't get points in this one,
Obviously.
but
Oh no, this is before the top 5.
Yeah.
Rent a Girlfriend, ReZero Season 2 and Digimon Adventure. The top 5 are...
Oh my
number
God.
5 is Appare Ranma. Not to mention it's the only anime OPY where you actually hear, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Number 4 is Fire Force.
Oh yeah, that had a really good one.
Not quite as good as the first seasons, but I still
No.
thought it was legit really good.
Yeah, I don't remember
Number
that
3
one.
is God of High School. Number 4 is Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited. And number 1 is Misfit of the Demon King Academy.
Yeah, it does have a good one.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, while Cal still has to type all the entrants in.
I forgot about Millionaire Detective. Alright, it was such a blip on my radar.
I had to remind you about the Gretzico yesterday.
Oh shit, Gretzico, yeah!
season 3 came
Yeah,
out.
I did watch it.
I forgot about that!
I
Fuck!
watched a couple of episodes.
Yeah, literally the only Netflix anime I saw was Seven Deadly Sins Season 4.
Oh,
Because-
is that-
Oh, damn, that's some
Yeah,
reasons.
they put 24 episodes up all at once.
Oh,
I
fuck.
So that's all I saw of Netflix.
I
Shit, fair play.
still haven't even finished season 2 of that.
This season has been the best of it.
Okay,
Oh,
Brent,
damn.
let's get yours up.
So, Best of P, I haven't got any runners up. So, number 5, I've put Misfit of Demon Academy.
I'm the only person who's not going to have it.
Really?
Number 4, I've put ReZero 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3, Rent a Girlfriend. Number 2, Great Pretender.
Oh, I really was not trying to grip OP.
Number 1, Digimon.
Number 1.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was
All
really
right, shall we go to my top 5?
Again, because of the throwback to the original, like, you know, the
Yeah, we're
falling into
tied,
yeah.
Yeah, but am I the only one who actually laughed when you just see him spasming as he fell down? Like normally they go, oh, then Sarah's going,
It is pretty jarring.
Okay, my number 5 was Digimon.
You're the only one who didn't have it.
Then I had, and I'm probably going to get a lot of shit for this, Uzaki-chan.
Yeah, I didn't like the idea.
Ooh, no, that one was really annoying.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit cringe.
Then I went with Rent a Girlfriend. Then God of High School. And my number 1 was ReZero Season 2.
Yeah,
I'm the only one who didn't have ReZero in this top 5. It was all of them.
It was so good, Reason.
All of them were really close. They were all really close.
Do you know what's annoying? You and me, we'll go on ReZero first because you and me both picked it. It wasn't on enough again.
Yeah.
I can't wait for ReZero Season 2 Director's Cut because then it will be on more.
Yeah, like I'm legit surprised. Like the ReZero OPs don't play that much.
Because they're good OPs, all of them.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'd like to know this is the first season that I've seen ReZero. I'm ashamed I didn't before. It is in my top 3
Oh,
favorite
it's
isekai.
so
It's so good.
I will say right now, it is my favourite isekai now.
Yeah.
My favorite's still probably Slime.
Yeah, I will say ReZero is definitely the best out of the Isekai Quartets
Yeah.
series.
Which necessarily means that Elliot, I think you now have seen all 4 of the Isekai Quartet series.
No, yeah, I haven't seen Konosuba yet.
Oh, you haven't seen
Oh,
Konosuba
you've seen
yet?
it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm waiting for season 3 to come out, so I have an excuse to watch
Well,
it.
it's got a shorter runtime because there's only like 10 episodes per season, isn't there? For Konosuba.
Yes, it's only 10 episodes per season.
I still just wait for the third
You
season.
haven't seen yet Konosuba, and
No, season 2 I haven't seen.
you haven't seen season 2 of Konosuba, and you haven't seen.
No, I've seen all of them apart from.
Yeah.
season
Yeah.
2.
What do you?
Because apart from that, it's Tanya or Overlord.
Yeah.
So,
So I think I'm the only person of us who didn't put God of High School.
why would? Yeah, that was kind of interesting. I thought one of us was going to put God of High School as number 1.
It was.
I would have done if it wasn't for the
The
dubstep.
dubstep.
Yeah,
I would
no,
say
that
it was actually really close for me. I found it was one of the ones I was listening to more than most.
Yeah.
But yeah, Misfit of the Demon King, I just thought was the one I listened to most.
Nate Wants to Battle did a rock version of it. If you want a good version of that song, Nate's version is a bit better. How do you? Other thing I was interested in is only 3 anime got 1 point, which were. We'll go into this. We'll go into this in a minute. We'll go with Elliot. Your number 1 was Misfit of Demon King Academy, and everyone but me picked that one. What was your love of that one?
I don't know. I just thought it was a genuinely really. I thought it was like a really cool, really awesome IP. I just liked all of it. The visuals as well were really good. Were really done good.
Yeah, it is they're very visually good. It just to me kind of fell off my radar. I don't know why. It was just like it wasn't clicking with me that.
Would you say it was at
Misfit
least
Demon
close
King.
to making it into your top 5?
Close, but not quite there. I mean, the one I would.
I'm honestly surprised I'm the only one who picked like any of the holdovers. in the
I was
top
close to
five.
picking Fruits Basket, but I think Digimon did a little bit more for me.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm the only one putting things like Millionaire Detective and Napare Ranma.
Can I say though, with Fruits Basket, it was the only one. It's, out of all of them, it's the one that sounded the most like
Yeah.
a Fruits Basket OP out of all the ones we've had so far.
Yeah, I will say it's my favourite Fruits Basket OP at this point.
Yeah, the first one from last season was hilarious because it was just a beach episode as an OP.
Pretty much.
That was kind of.
I think it's because the entire season was basically a beach episode.
How do we? Digimon was your one, Ren.
Yeah, again, I'd like the throwback, so I was listening to it this morning, and like, it was just a nostalgia
And
beat. It was
all-
brilliant.
Yeah, it just definitely matched the show really
Yeah,
well.
it definitely does.
It was also, I think, other than ReZero, I think it was the only one all four of us had in our top fives.
Ali didn't.
Oh no, Elliot didn't have ReZero.
Yeah. No, I didn't have
It was
ReZero. It was really close, I would say. Both that and Digimon were really close.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's probably been the most disparity we've had in the OPs and EDs so far. I mean, they were all really good songs as well. I think there was a lot of good. Rent a Girlfriend did quite well. It got 3 points as well. That's a decent OP.
Yeah,
I was surprised by how much I enjoyed that in the end.
Do you know the OP it really reminded me of? It really reminded me of Waterkoi's OP with the way the use of mobile phones.
Yeah.
Definitely, I see that.
Well, I think it's probably because phones are a big part of that show, so it just fits.
Yeah, it feels like the most they've used like text talk in an anime since Tsukikakire. That's an interesting thought. Is there anything that were kind of... One I'm surprised no one mentioned Food Wars. That was one note.
I honestly, of all the Food Wars OPs, especially considering like that hasn't been a bad one, is definitely one that disappointed me when it comes to the OP.
Yeah, it's not been really amazing. Fire Force only got one as well.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. I don't even want to give Fire Force one.
I did hear it this morning, but because I wasn't watching the show, I didn't feel comfortable.
It's Amir doing it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
It's called Spark again.
I did enjoy a Power Ramen. So that was going to be my
That's
number
good.
6.
that was close to making my list as well.
Also, out of interest, Reese, how come you don't have any runners up this season?
Just been too busy with work.
Bad luck.
Yeah, finally got back into it, man.
Yeah.
Shall we move on to EDs?
Yes.
Okay, start with you, Reese.
Alright, fifth I've got Apari Ranman.
I don't remember that either.
Yeah. And then fourth I've got Rent a Girlfriend ED2.
Yeah.
Third, Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Yep, that's moving up.
Second, Digimon Adventure Reboot ED1.
Yep.
And first is God of High School.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's gone well up in the running.
My one runners up is God of High School. Number five for me is Fruits Basket. No, unfortunately, I cannot go in.
Yeah.
I like to note the second ED. Number 4 is Appelé Ranma.
Here we are.
Number 3 is Digimon Adventures ED2. I just really like the visuals in that. I thought it was really fun. Number 2 is Misfit of Demon King Academy. And number 1 is Billionaire Detective, Balance Unlimited.
Yeah, that was surprisingly good. I enjoyed that one. Also.
Okay.
My number 5 was Billionaire Detective, funnily enough.
Well, that's interesting.
Number 4 was Rent a Girlfriend 2, I think. Did it have 2?
Yeah.
ED2, sorry.
Yeah, it was the Ritsu one.
The one that...
That's ED1.
That's the first one.
Oh, that's, sorry, ED1 in that case.
Yeah, where it's a giant metaphor.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. Good night, everybody.
Our Diary of a Days at the Breakwater was 3.
Oh, that was a really good one. Yeah.
It was. Number 2 was Decadence. And
Oh shit, yeah, Decadence. That was a really good one.
yeah,
How about the OP as well? That was a really
Yeah.
good OP as well.
number 1, Great Pretender, of course.
Okay.
Oh yes, I'm the Great Pretender.
Okay, my one. Digimon was the Digimon ED1. Actually, I went for. I liked that one. Then I went for ReZero. I accidentally typed that into Rent a Girlfriend.
Stop trying to give that point. Share more points.
Then I went for Fruits Basket. Then Rent a Girlfriend.
Well, a cow will give more points, but they don't go bare feet enough.
That's true, yeah.
I'm going to escape that joke one day.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
And my number 1 was also The Great Pretender.
Yeah, boy. It's hard to top.
Freddie Mercury.
I honestly haven't seen The Great Pretender.
Yeah,
It's the
I-
Freddie.
I didn't see it.
It's Freddie
Worth
Mercury's
watching.
cover of that song. Is the ED of at least the first ED of Great Pretender.
Yeah.
Nice.
Brilliant. And the animation is like a load of cats on the screen as well.
Oh, so that's-
not as the cat joke. No, but it is just a great animation.
It is the
That-
animation.
That features cats.
It's done in an unusual style.
I like to know. It's funny how every time you mention cats, Calvin just gets.
I
Yeah,
do-
just
It's like PTSD. It's just like he goes back to Vietnam.
Yeah, you just see a giant vein throbbing on his
It's
forehead.
like me with King's Game. Just like, oh hey, do you want to play this game? It involves a bunch of kings. I'm just like,
So well, interestingly, I was going to pick ReZero.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be honest. I've never been a massive fan of ReZero's EDs.
Yeah,
I thought they were alright.
Even the Myth and Royd one.
Well, the Myth and Roy one I just think was pretty good. But like, I don't know. Personally, I just didn't really. I did like them. It's just I didn't find them anything amazing.
Incidentally, at the minute, it's a tie between ReZero and Digimon for first place.
happy with that.
I was not expecting to go in that direction. ReZero probably, but not Digimon.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Okay, let's go by the one. So we talked a little bit about Reese. Your one was
God of High School.
God of High School. You really liked that one.
Yeah, I thought it was really good, especially like the visuals and the storytelling.
Yeah.
The visuals were good.
Yeah.
The song for me wasn't good.
Yeah, you weren't a fan of the
Really?
song, I recall.
How come?
No, it's just generic K-pop, and it wasn't great for me. Not to my taste.
What about you liked God of High School's ED as well, Elliot?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it didn't make it in, but it was very close.
Your number one was Billionaire Detective.
Yeah, I just liked the visuals. I thought it was very catchy.
Yeah,
Did you wanna do? What you wanna do?
Yeah, I like the hip hop, and when I heard the English, I was like, oh no, this is going to be cringy, but it wasn't too bad.
The Misfit Demon Academy still coming up the board.
Yeah, I had a good AD.
That was a good one. The one that Digimon doesn't surprise me. What was more surprised me is that we went back and forth. I can see why you liked Ruka's ED more than the original, the main one. But I think the main one had a lot more interesting visuals.
Oh, really, Cal?
Visual metaphor.
Would you care to explain your point on that?
I like EDs where there's a lot more going on than they need to do. And I think that shit.
Yeah, in a specific motion.
Oh, for God's sake! Look, we'll get it out of the way. It's a massive wank joke.
Which is why.
The ED, not just the whole show.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, the entire show is basically that.
Yeah.
But let's move swiftly on.
Hang on. I've always talked about Digimon's second ED compared to the first one.
Yeah, no, because we went differently. Because me and Ren went for the first one. You two went for the second.
No,
one.
I went first.
You went first.
I went second.
I didn't vote for Digimon.
I kind of like I kind of like the second one a lot more now I've seen it.
Yeah, I mean,
but my problem is though, it's just saying what's happened to TK and why he's not in the show.
Yeah.
Like literally, they thought, right, we don't have enough runtime. We'll stick him in the ED. This is where he's been all along.
Look, come on.
I mean, personally, I just really like the visuals. I thought they all matched the characters' personalities very well.
While we're on the
So I
subject,
will say, it's very weird to see Yamato smiling that much.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
yeah, Matt is not a character meant to smile. I can't get used to their Japanese names. I'm so used to their English
Yeah,
names.
same.
It's like I don't know how many times I see Kanashiro, I'm just seeing, oh, it's Izzy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm doing it in my head. The thing is,
Yeah, what's Taichi's name in English?
Tai.
tag.
Just Tai.
And it's
So creativity.
Oh yeah, it's because one of the original internet jokes was, "This is a hen, this is Ty," and then he goes to
Oh, no.
Ty with a hen on his head.
Oh no.
I have a hen. I have a tie.
my favorite.
That meme right there.
Yeah.
My favourite, though, the thing is, though, why isn't TK and Kari in the show yet? Two of the most important characters in the show have not appeared.
Are those the two that you see in the OP, like, briefly?
They're sort of,
Yeah.
yeah. But here's the thing. How are they going to introduce Gatomon in this time round? Because I mean, that Gatomon starts out in the original show as a minion of Myotismon.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to introduce Gatomon this time.
Also, I'd like to say with Digimon, very creative names. We have a creature that finds things through sound. Soundbirdmon.
Yeah.
We have a metal dinosaur. Metal Tyrannomon.
Yeah, well, fun fact is that Soundbirdmon was actually a fan creation for
No
Cross
way.
Wars. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
so the reason it's named that is because of a young Japanese kid.
Oh,
That
Who
explains
designed
it.
it and wrote it.
Well, that kind of makes sense because the whole point of digital world is it's supposed to be a digital projection of children's dreams. So it would make sense for it to have stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense. The fact it doesn't make sense. In fact, that's one thing I feel like this season of Digimon's been missing.
Yeah.
It's been missing a sense of wackiness. If you catch
Is
the
it a
drift.
bit like Anime Wonderland then? A bit.
It's much.
Yeah.
There's a much more of an Alice in Wonderland type feel, especially that first arc on Fire Island had a very Alice in, like. It's a very good reason why there's random phone booths that don't connect to anything on the beach.
Yeah, and metro cars.
Yeah, metro cars out of nowhere. Which, I mean, who would have known in episode 3 that was going to play a big part in the season finale?
Anyway, now that we've finished talking about the EDs,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I have more than enough things to talk about Digimon
Yeah.
after.
Yeah. Shall we move on to our biggest disappointments then?
yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reese, what are you going to mark down for me?
Fifth, Decadence.
Ooh, yes.
Decadence.
Yeah, I'll explain after.
Really?
Spoiler alert, it made my one as well.
Yeah,
Oh.
probably for the same reason I'm thinking of. Fourth, Digimon.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I will explain after.
Interesting.
Third, Mr. Love, Queen's Choice.
Didn't watch that.
Did not watch it.
Don't. Second, Peter Grill.
Of course.
Oh, he didn't watch that either. No.
Don't.
I saw a thumbnail of it.
Yeah. And the first, Gundam Build Divers Re-Rise Season 2.
Why were you even watching that?
Why were you?
Because I'm the Gundam Guru! It's in my name!
I thought you didn't like the original. The first
I don't,
seasons.
but you have to see how it goes.
You
And
really-
Yeah, no-
Jesus, it was bad.
I guess it's like me and Calvin with King's Game. We were just like, oh, it's so bad. We have to see how it finishes.
No,
See if it's
I've
good.
gone this far. I might as well finish. Elliot, let's move on to you.
I only have a 3. Number 3 is Monster Go Doctor. I dropped it after a couple episodes. It
got
just,
really good.
I don't care. It just felt like a generic isekai in an isekai world without the isekai part. With the main one difference is the main character is a doctor who works exclusively with monster girls.
Move on.
Number 2 is Peter Grill. It's a bad hentai with very little of the hentai. And number 1, Super Hexeros.
Didn't even.
Not once again, it's a bad hentai, but with no hentai.
No, Ren, I watched a bit of it. I couldn't make it through 10 minutes.
I couldn't. I made it further than you. And I like when we start talking about it, I'll bring up a bit that actually made me laugh at it.
Okay,
Ironic.
we'll get to that one. Ren.
I've only got 2. Diary of Your Days at the Breakwater.
Oh, come on. Man.
Really?
It's
It
fine.
wasn't good.
It was
Boring.
alright. It wasn't great, but it was pretty. But it was
Boring.
decent.
And then number 1, God of High School.
Fuck
Oh.
you.
What?
Yeah, I'll explain.
Yeah, seriously, that is a fuck you moment.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, massively.
Yeah, I like
Especially
to.
on the internet.
I like to know people. Same guy who liked listeners.
Listeners was a good show.
It wasn't.
It was
It
crap.
was shit.
I'm the mecha guy. It was shit.
It was
It
shit.
wasn't
It was a
exclusively
massive
mecha.
disappointment. You
Okay.
get a mecha show about all these music references. You expect it to be good. No, it's not. It's bad.
I'm
really
gonna
bad.
put Decadence on there just because it didn't live up to the hype
Yeah.
that it started originally.
I mean,
I'll explain about Decadence after as well.
And my number 1, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this one, but the Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Oh.
I'll explain in a minute, but we'll go to you, Reese. Your
I do understand that, but sorry.
Digimon, though, Reese. You're
Yes.
number 1.
Oh, where do I start? Well, I brought the original collection on DVD with me today,
which I still have yet to watch.
which you can borrow after.
Yeah.
But my biggest problem is pacing, lack of
Yeah.
villain.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we only saw Devimon for 1 frame, and I was in the backstory explanation.
It does feel weird that we've not had a villain yet.
Yeah, there's been no Jedi to direct them anywhere. It felt like there's no crests or tags, so the Ultimates just feel like
They're just there.
they're just there as a checklist.
I mean, I will fully admit I did enjoy Digimon, but that's mostly just because it's probably just because I haven't seen the original.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah.
interesting thing. We're coming from a viewpoint of you and me who have religiously watched the
Yeah.
original. And
Also,
these
I've
two,
noted down
I've seen the original.
when the Ultimates appear in the original compared to the reboot. So,
But the
10 episodes for Metal Greymon. In the original series, it was 20.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The pacing is just way too rushed. Like, Lilymon's one of the worst examples. 12 episodes in this, 35 in the original.
But it's also supposed to be that when they get their ultimates, it's meant to be the ultimate expression of the virtue that character's been assigned with. So
Yeah.
Mimi's is supposed to be the ultimate expression of serenity.
I will definitely admit, I do find it kind of weird how quickly they eventually got the ultimate forms.
Yeah.
It's just sort of like we went through days without seeing all these ultimate Digimon, then all of a sudden like 5 of them bounce on them.
Yeah, it's basically been a checklist.
Yeah, and
New episode, new ultimate.
Exactly. Yeah, and no, you're exactly
But
right.
Yeah,
But
I mean, it
also-
actually got to the point where like at the end of the episode, I was just like, okay, who's gonna get in the next episode? Who's gonna get in the next episode?
It tells you with the preview.
And also
Because it shows the image.
They killed any pretense of escalation by having fucking Omnimon in episode like 3 or 4.
The thing
Episode
is,
3, yeah.
the thing is, I think
Yeah,
they took-
it just don't feel weird that they were basically. It's like with Percy Jackson Sea of Monsters. You're essentially facing a final boss in season 2,
episode 2, yeah, which is really weird. The thing is, I think they took to heart a bit too much some of the criticism of the first arc of Digimon, which was saying Devimon was not that interesting of a villain.
Yeah.
But that was only because we had in contrast what Myotamon and Etamon were going to be.
Yeah.
The point is, this is your chance to flesh out this character, and you haven't done it yet. And we're 16 episodes in at this point.
Yep.
We're gonna do we're gonna come back to Digimon because in April we're gonna do Digimon 1 year later.
Yeah.
At that point, I'm hopefully gonna try to watch as much of the original as I can. How many episodes are there? of the original?
54 in the original first series.
In the first one, I mean like overall.
54 in
still 54.
Adventure.
Oh, and
Adventure 2 is like another 50, isn't it?
Adventure 2 is another 50.
Yeah,
don't bother with Adventure 2.
No.
It would have been better if they just ended it where they did.
I'll just watch the first one.
Yeah, so that's the complete original series right there.
That's complete original. You've got everything.
Is it worth watching any of the movies?
No.
No, really? The Omnimon one?
No.
No, it is in Japanese, because it's my favourite Digimon movie called Our War Game, which references the original.
And it's,
Andy Broderick
directed
film.
by the director of Summer Wars,
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
who incidentally was the showrunner after the Myotasmon arc.
Yeah.
He took the Myotasmon arc he took up, which I think shows because that's the best arc of the show.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
before we go too far into Digimon,
I want to... No, go on.
Yeah, so I'll just preface this again by saying this category was called Biggest Disappointments.
Yeah.
And this reboot was a disappointment
Yeah,
to me.
I will say.
do you think it's going to get better though?
Well, it depends if they keep going through the checklist, because at this point we're going to see all the megas before we get Devimon.
I'll be honest.
So it's going to be
one
like 8 megas versus 1 champion level.
One that I was tempted to put on the list, but I thought, nah, probably not, because it wasn't really too bad, is Food Wars. And the main reason why is just because I feel like the series should have ended after season 4.
I kind of
season
agree
4.
with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking that is a pretty decent place to end it.
I don't hate this current arc. I think they did a decent. I think they. And
Yeah,
I think
I just sort of think
you had this ultimate moment of Soma becomes the number 1 seed.
Yeah,
and
like
you've got
how-
Eren is now there, and it's a whole thing of they come together.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was expecting it to end with, and yeah, it just, I mean, I get where it's coming from. A Shonen Jump, the manga is probably going to continue onwards, and I'm just sort of saying I can kind of see why Shonen Jump ended it during this arc.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's time to go now.
Yeah.
Especially because the villain is basically just their version of Shadow the Hedgehog.
Pretty much.
Actually, you know what's weird is I kind of got a sense of every time he was on screen, I got a sense of. Do you remember that character from Sonic Forces, Infinite?
Oh
Yeah.
I am the darkest.
Yeah. Here's sort of how I think of it. The 4 season is season 1 to 4. Season 5 is the movie. It's like just an extra movie.
Spin-off
that they put
movie.
it.
Can we?
Yeah.
Shall we?
You're going to turn on me now.
No, we're not going to turn on you. We're going to ask Elliot. Your one was
Super hit Hexeros.
So yeah, no,
I'm gonna say this now. I only got through 1 episode of this. This is probably one of the worst shows I have had to watch for the Anime Amigos.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow!
I am not kidding.
Are we now moving on to Super Hexos jokes instead of King's Game
No,
jokes?
no. Here's the thing. King's Game is not the worst show I've seen even before this.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just fun to make fun of.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Super Hexeros. This is borderline hentai plot. Which essentially is a plot about aliens going to the world, taking away all the eroticism that everyone has, and there are these people who have the powers that when they use it makes all their clothes explode off. Yeah, and here's the thing. This is a scene that actually made me laugh when it was meant to be an emotional scene, and I burst out laughing more than any other show this season probably has. It's this. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna. No. We'll get to your one. I'll get to mine in a minute.
It's essentially this. So it's when the two characters were kids, and we learn why the girl, lost all her eroticism. Apparently, this little girl, an alien came to take away the eroticism of these two kids, some with a little girl, and I was expecting to get. I was just thinking, well, you're not gonna get much because she's like 10 years old.
Yeah.
Not joking.
Oh, God.
Oh no.
The creature explodes because she says, I have never seen someone with so much eroticism in my life. And I was just thinking, she's 10 years old!
Oh,
I'm with you, mate. Jeez.
She's 10 years
Yeah.
I just burst out laughing.
So bizarre.
Can I just say though, the thing is, it's just borderline awful.
Yeah,
this show.
I'm not kidding. I'm serious. This is one of the worst things I've had to watch since joining the Anime Amigos.
I would say Funimation really should. I can't believe Funimation got rid of interspecies reviewers.
Yeah.
But they kept this.
Yeah, this is borderline hentai.
And
Borderline hentai without the... Apparently, it's actually to the point where there's an uncensored version out there.
Oh, God.
No. Just done.
Yeah.
Just done. I'll take.
Seriously.
Anyone complaining about interspecies reviewers? You can fuck off now.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, to be more point, I'll say not just interspecies reviewers. There's another show I can think of where you can do a show about sexuality and make it work. Like Shimonetta is a perfect example of it, because that one is all about this idea of what happens when you try to repress that. And
that's the one that's been on my list for a good while, because that just seems like a really good show.
It's very funny, and it works.
And not to mention, it has probably one of the funniest yandere, I don't know, like the girl who falls in love with this guy, and she just goes full on erotic.
Oh,
Do not, you don't, mate. You do not want to know.
No.
Like
I think it's on Funimation, but
it is on Funimation.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Really,
I believe it's on Crunchyroll as well
Alright.
now. But and it's also available on Blu-ray. Well, I really recommend Shimonetta. But we'll go to your one now, Ren. You really were. I remember going towards the end. You were really not that fond of.
I'll tell you why it
God
was
of High
so
School.
disappointing. Is because it was such a promising start to the series. Like, oh, excellent street level fighting in a tournament arc. I love tournament arcs. That's classic shonen. Like, that's a good recipe for a good shonen. And then after like 9 episodes, the escalation was just insane. Suddenly you get a fucking Naruto rip-off because you have someone who has a nine-tailed fox in the stands, and it's just like, what happened to
I
just
will be
good
honest,
shonen
it did
combat?
go in a route where I was not expecting.
Yeah.
But I did still really like it. I did still enjoy it.
I was just amazed at the jump from like the power of friendship will get us through this tournament, like and then like Han's motivations with trying to save his friend, and then like let's fight God. And
I
jumped.
do.
Ren, you've really been our shot.
Oh, sorry.
I will say I'm still going now. I'll moving a bit closer. I will say, I do agree with you in a sense. Like, I am expecting this sort of
This is going horribly wrong.
That's over there. I can't even join the club.
There. Now we can make out.
With
yeah.
the masks on.
The thing is, yeah, I do kind of agree with you. I was kind of hoping for more, just sort of like usual fighting and different. But at the same time, I did still kind of like it, because I just think I am still getting that sense of street fighting.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's not like it's completely devolved, and honestly, I do kind of like the supernatural element that
I
don't mind the supernatural element, but introduce it like 25 episodes into the series.
I think
Don't just
the
chuck
thing
it.
is though, the webcomic does sort of, as far as I'm aware of, I think it does sort of follow the same pacing.
Yeah, in which case.
But at the same time,
It gets worse in the webcomic because I actually did a deep wiki dive, and it goes to Dragon Ball levels.
Yeah, I am actually wanting to read the webcomic. I've got webtoons on there. Which, by the way, if you haven't read any of the stuff on webtoons, go ahead and do it. It's really good. There's actually some really damn stuff. Like the Sweet Home, Bastard, God of High School. Sorry, not God of High School. Tower of God is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I might read a bit more Tower of God now, because I'm actually genuinely interested to see where that story's going after the season finale. And I'm wondering, will Crunchyroll actually do a second season of that?
I hope so.
I think the moment in God of High School that it kind of like I realised was just because he said like the God of High School tournament is over. I know it was like last episode or something. But like why are you calling it God of High School when you're fighting like deific
Can
creatures
we-
in the sky?
Literally, God!
Okay, sure.
Okay, let's
I'll
move
give you
on.
God
that.
of high school!
What high school elements were
Ren,
in this?
let's move on.
The high school elements, they were teenagers.
Yeah,
There was one 40-year-old.
he was still in high school!
Yeah, he was a bit slow, so he got held back a few years, Ren. Be more considerate.
Let's move on.
They won't consider, we aren't caught on be smart by like you.
The Misfit of Demon Academy. That was my number one.
I'm surprised by that.
It just
honestly.
kind of dropped off for me down the middle. And I was
Really?
kind of going, oh, but
Yeah.
I kind of get where they're going, but
I
Because
lost.
I'll be honest, I had really low expectations for it when I first got in, but I'm surprised by how much I enjoyed it.
but I think it's because I really liked the first few episodes and like the first arc.
Yeah.
That none of the other arcs felt like they kind of lived up to it. It's kind of the same
did
reason.
you drop it at all? Have you?
No, I kept going.
Yeah, I will say I do actually kind of like I do actually like Anos because he does seem like he's not just like every other
Overpowered character.
overpowered character. Like you can kind of tell the overpowerness is a bit like Cautious Hero. Is mostly played for a joke.
Should we
Yeah,
talk about
yeah.
Decadence a bit? Because two of us put that
Yeah.
on our ones.
I do get what people say like.
Do you know what my problem was? And see if you agree with me this, Reese. After you get past the initial plot twist, which we won't go into, we're going to be very cautious on this one. We will go into the plot twist, but actually get past the initial plot twist. There's not really much else for it to go with.
Exactly.
Yeah, wait, what episode did that happen in? Because I haven't fully finished
Episode
it.
1.
Oh, right.
Episode 2, actually.
Oh,
when
No,
we
it was at the end of episode 1. I had the plot twist.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, the plot twist.
Yeah,
There. It's
like,
a hum and a
I'll-
hum in
Yeah,
the.
like,
Top
I'll
of the
be
Dome.
honest, yeah. I wasn't a big fan of them adding in that element. I would have much preferred if they kept it how it was. But honestly,
And they kept it going a bit longer, and then
Yeah.
we had that
Yeah,
twist.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't mind it too much.
I like the fact it's a big commentary on capitalism and
Yeah.
the nature we are. It's kind of like Ready Player One if it commented a bit more on the artificial nature of everything.
Yeah.
Can I also add to this one? I'm so glad no one had Uzaki-chan in this segment.
Yeah, no. Honestly, you'll see why in a bit.
Okay, we'll move on now to best female or best animation. No,
No,
biggest
best
surprise.
surprise.
Biggest surprise.
Right, dude.
Oh god, it's been too long this today. Okay, so we'll start with you, Reese. What were your biggest surprises?
Okay, so fifth we got a Pyro Ramman. Thought that was really good. Fourth we got Millionaire Detective. Third, Misfit of Demon King Academy. Second, Uzaki-chan.
Oh,
And
excellent!
first, God of High School.
It's earned back all the points Ren took off.
Fair play.
Yeah. Okay. Well, number 4 is God of High School. I was kind of expecting it to be not too great, as opposed to Tower of God. Turns out, no, it was actually really damn good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I prefer over Tower of God.
Yeah,
same.
Number 3 is Diaries of Our Days at Breakwater.
Thank you. It's got back the point Ren took away
I
from it.
legitimately thought it was much better.
This
It
is
was
just a
better than it
full
had
good
any right to
Boring.
be.
It's simple.
Number 2 was a Misfit of Demon King Academy. As I said, I thought it was going to be bad.
Yeah,
It turns out it was actually pretty damn good.
same.
Okay.
And the number 1 is Izaki-chan Wants to Hang Out.
Yeah, fair play.
Thank you, my friend. Ren.
You've taken its points away. Oh no, this one's still okay. I've only got 2 surprises. One for Uzaki-chan, and one for Misfit Demon Academy. 3 for Misfit Demon Academy.
Okay.
Didn't expect to like that show as much as I did.
Yeah, I'm surprised by how good it was.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how we're going here. I'm gonna go for Diaries of a Days in the Backwater was my third place because it was a better slice of life than I was expecting it to be.
What was that streaming on?
Funimation.
Yeah.
Did you not watch it?
No.
Sensible choice.
Then I had The Great Pretender. Great Pretender
That's a
was.
surprise.
Yeah, I was surprised how much I was going to enjoy that one. Especially, I'm not a fan of a lot of shows about con men, but I actually quite like this one. And Uzaki-chan was my number 1. Like, what? Why would you not love that show?
I'll be honest, I had very high doubts of it after the first episode. First episode, I was just like, this is just annoying. But then like the second episode, I was just like, this is actually pretty damn funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also had like the left and right wings going at it.
Oh yeah, that was great. And I was just sitting in the middle with the popcorn.
Though I do remember just thinking, like everyone's going to the main character saying, "What are you doing? Just staying inside all summer playing video games? You should be coming out." I was just like, dude, that's like my entire fucking life. Stop insulting my life choices.
We'll go to yours in a minute, Reese. But can I just say, in regards to Uzaki-chan, how dumb was it that was the most controversial anime of 2020 so far?
It was the most controversial?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you not see it?
No, seriously, it blew up on Twitter.
Yeah, it's massive.
Why was it like so
Well, there was a couple of incidents that led to it. There was a fact, her image from Volume 3's manga cover which isn't out over here yet, hence why I haven't brought it in, was used as part of a blood bank drive to donate people to give blood.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said it was awful to use a sexualized woman as an image, and some people said they didn't like. They thought her proportions were sexist.
Yeah, and she looked underage.
I thought that. I was thinking, yeah, she looks like an elementary school student. The one thing that stops her from being so is that she says she's in college and her massive tits.
No, but that misses the point of Uzaki's design. Uzaki's design is the fact that she's not conventionally attractive, except for that one factor.
That's the other thing. Is you could just tell, like, that's the joke.
Yeah.
That's the idea of the joke.
I do feel like we're getting the sense where we need a joke filter button on Twitter, but it's to point out what we're saying is a joke. It's not meant to be taken seriously. Yeah. For fuck's sake, people.
Yeah.
It just feels like
Twitter's bad when, like, I'll be honest, I've just given up on that sort of stuff when they complain about the rape scene in Goblin Slayer, when they had one just as bad in Sword Art Online that same season, except that one had no purpose.
It does seem like...
No, I mean, the Goblin Slayer rape scene didn't have any fucking
I think
purpose.
it did.
It did, because it had to how bad the goblins were.
Yeah, to show how bad the goblins were.
They were already murdering people.
No, but here's the thing. In a lot of shows like that, Goblin, and in fact, anything related, fantasy related, goblins are normally like, they're the first things you fight. In now, they sort of have to show, no, these things are a fucking threat!
Let's move on, Ren. We've heard you. Ren, we're done.
Still better than what Sword Art Online did!
I'm not disputing
the point is, you can't complain about Goblin Slayer shit and then let that shit go.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I agree with that.
Exactly.
You can't let that shit go, because it was way more gratuitous in Sword
Like,
Art Online.
seriously, Uzaki-chan got a bunch of complaints, but Peter Grill didn't.
Yeah, that's amazing. How was that not getting complaints? How was that not the most controversial?
It's like it's ogres want to have sex with a guy who's engaged. Fuck's sake.
It's also that thing of it's also
You don't want to. You don't want to. It's trash.
It's like whatever. Uzaki-chan's show is just a nice.
It's just a nice fun
A
show.
romantic comedy.
It's a nice little romantic comedy that's just it just made me smile every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reese,
And also, all the people complaining, I just sat there thinking, have you not seen anime?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Reese,
exactly.
Which one was your number? Okay, it was God.
Good God. God help them if they decide to watch
for animation.
Biggest
High School
surprise.
DxD.
Oh, surprise, got a high school.
God of High School. Did you go into that not thinking it was going to be really
Yeah,
good?
well, I thought it was going to be like Tower of God, just being a bit naff.
I must be honest, I kind of went into it thinking it might be a bit.
I remember thinking God of High School is a bit disappointing, a bit down. Tower of God was... It's got the God in the name is confusing.
But,
hopefully God of High School will probably boost it up. And I'm just like, no!
And then the sequels, Tower of God of High School.
But if we're gonna
Go on, it's just God of
Featuring
Tower of High
Dante! Featuring Dante from Devil May Cry!
can we
featuring Funky Kong mode.
I mean, if we're taking all the Crunchyroll originals that have been based on web stories, I'd rank them with Tower of Gods at the bottom, then God of High School, then Rising of the Shield Hero. I'd say that would be my order.
Rising of the Shield Hero Korean web
Not Korean, it's Japanese, but it is still a web story.
Wait, that was a webcomic?
No, it wasn't a web comic. It was a web novel that got turned into an actual. They then got actually
Oh,
published.
really? Oh, damn.
Yeah,
I mean,
web novel, light novel, anime, then manga.
What I love is that One Punch Man was originally webcomic.
Yes, have you seen them? The original ones?
Yeah,
amazing.
It does feel
Yeah,
like.
I love the fact that got bad. The drawings weren't that great, and yet it's still one of the biggest manga out there
Can I
now.
add to this? Okay, so that's kind of where we are. You really liked God of High School a lot. I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
I really loved it.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's it just to me it just felt like one great shonen tournament arc.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't, because they did away with the tournament arc.
Still a tournament.
It was still there. It was still going.
It's still there.
I didn't know why they characters' motivations by the end
Let's
of it.
move
The motivations were just win the
The
tournament.
villain's suddenly not the villain, and then there's a mentor character who like is fighting another villain.
Sorry, I'm not going nuts at Elliot picked Misfit of Demon King Academy. Thank you very much.
No, but that show's actually good.
Let's move on. Misfit of Demon Academy. That was your biggest.
No, that was my number 2.
That was your one. Actually,
Yeah.
it was your one. I'm not going nuts on that one.
Yeah.
That's because it's a good show.
You went Uzaki along with me. What was about Uzaki that you really liked? Because I think I kind of undercut you with the whole controversy.
Again, it was surprisingly funny.
It
I was expecting the first episode it just to be, oh, it's annoying, to the point where I actually held off watching it for like a few weeks, to the point where like, I think it was like probably a week before now, I was just like, alright, fine, I'll watch it. I ended up watching like a good 5-6 episodes in a row. I was just like, yeah, this is really good, I'm surprised. Why did I not give this another chance?
Anyway, how you feel about Misfit of Demon King Academy, Ren?
Yeah, and I think that's an example because I spoke about scaling before. Because from the start, we know that this character is absurdly OP, and that's where a lot of the comedy derives.
Yeah,
from.
and
It's like One Punch Man.
the thing is, that's the idea of it.
Yeah.
You can tell it's sort of, it's a bit of a parody of those overpowered characters.
Yeah. It's like if Merlin's grandson,
Wise Man's Grandchild.
Wise Man Grandchild
yeah,
was
yeah.
done right. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
I feel like, it feels like a lot like that. It feels like Wise Man's Grandchild, but with more personality and
Yeah.
And it's fun to
Good
see him
writing.
actually like use his powers.
and
because-
not an OP that doesn't make me want to gouge out my ears.
Completely.
Yeah.
Ears. And eyes. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to best animation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Reese, what have you got?
So
for me?
5th, I've got a Parry Ranman.
Yeah.
4th, Misfit of Demon King Academy. 3rd, Food Wars final season.
Finally got a point.
Yeah. 2, Digimon Adventure reboot.
Oh, here we go. Back up.
And 1st, God of High School.
Okay, Elliot.
Number 5, Food Wars. Number 4, ReZero Season 2. Number 3, Fire Force. Again, great fire animation.
Yeah.
Screaming.
Number 2, Rent a Girlfriend.
Okay.
And number 1, Go of High School.
So is Rent's Girlfriend being number 2? Was that just for jiggle physics?
No, I legit thought the character models were great and the animation was pretty decent.
So number 5.
Plus, it wasn't. Plus, if you want jiggle physics, obviously that would have been Uzaki-chan.
Yeah, true. Number 5, I've put Misfit of Demon Academy.
Okay.
Pardon me. Number 4, Digimon. Sorry.
Oh, you twat.
No, I didn't. I burped. Number 3, Great Pretender.
Pretender.
Number 2, God of High School. And number 1, Decadence.
Oh, that's interesting.
Phenomenal animation for that, to be fair.
Got.
When it wasn't in the cartoon world.
I got.
Spoilers, Ren.
Okay.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's first episode.
I mean, yeah, it's first episode. I mean, it's not like Promised Neverland where.
It's really predicated on not spoiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next, I got I got God of High School, number 5. Number 4, Digimon. Then I had Rent a Girlfriend. ReZero Season 2. And my number 1 was The Great Pretender.
Yeah, I should have given.
Surprised me and Calvin were the only ones with ReZero on.
I should have given ReZero, I think, probably.
But let's see. Reese, you went for God of High School.
Yep, because those fight scenes were amazing.
Yeah, they are. They are
Yeah.
very
They
well
are,
animated.
they are amazing, yeah.
Brilliantly animated fight scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like as much effort was put in the downtime, but you don't really
Yeah.
need it when you got fight
No,
scenes
you
that
don't.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because like, how amazing was it when it went first person for Jin?
Oh yes.
Oh, that was really cool.
There's and the editing as well is great in
Yeah.
that.
At the same time, though, you don't really need much downtime when the entire show is a tournament arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elliot, your
Until
number.
episode 9.
Elliot, your number 1 was.
It was God of High School as
You
well.
said God of High School as well.
Yeah.
Are you echoing those thoughts as well? would you
Yeah,
say?
I love the fight moves. I think feels a lot of the times, you know, aside from the supernatural stuff, felt like stuff you could probably do in real life.
It does. Well, yeah, and it's a lot of. It does seem like they put a lot of effort into researching martial arts for.
Yes.
Yeah.
that's
Making
one-
this.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, because I was reading on like interviews and that they did a lot of research into like Taekwondo,
Yeah.
the main character.
Well, Taekwondo makes a lot of sense because it's a very Korean
Yeah.
martial
Yeah.
art.
I mean, it's a lot like the amount of research they put in for Food Wars as well.
Yeah, it's one of those where you can tell, like Food Wars, you can tell they really love. It's done by people that really understand how food works.
Yeah.
With
claws and chainsaws.
Yeah.
As you do. A giant grater 2 meters tall.
Have you never watched Kitchen Nightmares? Gordon Ramsay had access to that. Half of them would have been dead by now. Ren, your number one was Decadence.
Yeah, like I thought the backgrounds were phenomenal.
Oh, you know, I really want a Food Wars where Gordon Ramsay. You know, they actually did a Food Wars spin-off where the main character was Sanji.
Yeah.
It was like a one-shot.
Way.
Yeah, Sanji from One Piece. It was just a one-shot, but I just thought, yeah, that's actually really
Oh,
cool.
I love that. That's a great idea.
It's just like a single chapter thing, though.
Yeah, it's up on the Shonen Jump app.
They could have
To
done
read.
with Toriko as well.
Why am I just learning this now?
Yeah, by the way, guys, if you haven't got Shonen Jump app, seriously get it. It's really damn good. It's only like £2 a month or something.
I feel like
Yeah.
Digimon, I think, was in all of ours except Elliot's, I think.
Yeah, just what the others had.
Yeah, I'm my second. Because my god, those Digivolution scenes were amazing.
Yeah, no,
They were
Digivolution.
Such a step
Yeah.
up from Try.
Yeah, I will say though, I do feel like it's a bit of a tease that only Greymon and Garumon got them, meanwhile everyone else didn't.
Yeah.
For the champion levels, I think they did, didn't they? Because I remember.
No one else did. It was just Agumon and Garumon.
Oh.
Okay, let's.
So I just want to talk because with some of the 3D animation, I think they did a pretty good job for Decadence. But the backgrounds were phenomenal.
The backgrounds in Decadence were amazing. Yeah.
And just to be honest, just the standard animation was really high quality.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
character designs as well. Holy hell.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was anyone disappointed that Decadence didn't turn into an actual mech? Instead, just went giant hands on a cannon.
Yeah.
I was like, come on, go all the way with it.
I will say, I did think it was kind of cool how the cannon was just a giant fist.
Yeah, it's a pile bunker.
Yeah. Wait, one I should definitely have mentioned. It still won't be in it. Is Appare Ranma.
That was my fifth place.
The animation and the character designs in that. Holy hell, they were.
They're
great.
really good, yeah. No, my number one was Great Pretender, which only me and Ren saw, but
That was great.
you got to admit, what I love about that is they kind of change the background art style depending on which part of the world they're in. For like the first art takes place in Los Angeles, second part takes place in France, and then the third part takes place in London. So
And the parts were in
some parts are in Japan,
Singapore.
Singapore. So they did change the art style very well depending on the locations.
It was weird watching that as well because when they were in Singapore, I'd just finished rewatching
A Place Further in the
A
Universe.
Place Further in the Universe. So I was like, the girls have been on there.
Yeah, he's showing off a Place Further Universe to his girlfriend.
Yeah.
How did it?
I think he's not showing off Rent-A-Girlfriend to her.
Not yet.
No, she's watched some of it. To be
Oh,
fair.
she?
Yeah.
He also showed off Izaki-chan.
I mean, in all fairness, knowing Ren, he'd probably show off High School DxD to him.
Of course.
Which I'm glad I'm going to be able to watch Izaki-chan on the telly again now that Funimation has fixed their PlayStation 4 app.
Well, for now they fixed it.
For now they fixed it.
Just wait till the next update when it crashes and breaks.
Again.
Also,
Hopefully the PS5 one will be better. What were you saying?
Just to chime in on what you said about the character designs in Appare Ranma, you'll enjoy the character designs in JoJo's. You very much.
Yeah, trust me, I've seen some of them. The ones like Speedwagon and Dio and JoJo are really cool.
I was was it only me and you put ReZero in for this?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I thought the animation in that was really good.
Yeah.
ReZero's.
Yeah, he just missed out. If I was doing honourable mentions, it would have been in.
Yeah.
I think another one which I'm really surprised, Rent-A-Girlfriend didn't get as much. I thought Rent-A-Girlfriend had pretty good animation.
Yeah, I thought the animation in that was
I
really
thought it was good. I just didn't think it was like outstanding.
No, it's not outstanding, hence why I wasn't too high up on my
It
list.
wasn't as good as Bunny Girl Senpai either, I don't think.
No, Bunny Girl Senpai has really good animation.
Yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai has really damn good animation.
Okay, best female character. Incidentally, the top three at this point, God of High School's in first place with 15 points. Second place is Great Pretender with 12, and Misfit of Demon Academy's third with 11. ReZero is in fourth with 10.
What's Digimon on?
Digimon's got 8.
Oh.
Lost a few points with the disappointment category. And,
True. Yeah. Right, so fifth I've got Natsume from Decadence. Fourth I've got Misha from Misfit of Demon King Academy.
oh, she's cool.
Yeah, third I've got Echidna from ReZero Season 2. Second, Hana Uzaki from Uzaki-chan.
Thank you.
First place, Chizuru from Rent a Girlfriend.
Well, yeah.
Hang on, I've got to find Uzaki. Yeah, there it is.
Okay.
Yep.
First of all, a quick run. First runners up, and it will be number 1, or the entire cast of Fruits Basket if they were allowed. Runners up. Hina Tsurugi from Diaries of Our Days of Daybreak. Misha Nekron, Suzuri Kanbei, and Sophia from Mapari Ranma. Alright. Number 5 is Hana Uzaki from Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. 4 is Yumira from Girl of High School. 3 is Chizuru Ichinose from Rent a Girlfriend. Number 2 is Echidna from ReZero. And number 1 is Natsume from Decadence.
Oh, that's interesting. Ren?
Number 5, I've got Uzaki.
No one's going to pick a number 1.
I know, I'm sorry. Number 4, I've got...
I don't even pick a number 1.
Number 4, I've got Retsuko from Regretsuko, of course.
Thank you.
Number 3, Chizuru from Rent a Girlfriend. Number 2, Echidna from ReZero. And number 1, Abigail from Great Pretender.
Yeah, you go for Abigail.
Yeah, I thought she had a great character arc.
Okay, I'm good. My lot, I've got Retsuko from Agretsuko.
Thank you.
It's now up to 2 points.
Yes!
Then I've gone for Amelia from ReZero.
Oh,
Amelia.
controversial.
I know, I'm gonna go.
Can I just say, I'm so upset Rem isn't in it.
Who?
Yeah, I know. Also, Amelia's hardly in it.
Yeah, who is that? Who is Rem?
Then I've gone for Chizuru from Rent a Girlfriend.
Because now after seeing it with everyone saying Rem and Super should get together, I get it!
Yeah.
I get it!
I'm going to explain my thoughts on that one, actually. Then I've gone for Uzaki-chan. And finally I've gone for Cynthia from The Great Pretender.
Oh, yeah, fair play. Wow, so two Great Pretender firsts.
Yeah, no, and incidentally, Great Pretender's now in the lead with 18 points. On our points alone.
And that's just us two.
I know.
My God, that's also almost as skewed as when there's a new Gundam series that's good.
We will...
Well, not doesn't even have to be good, just a new Gundam series.
I want to point out, Great Pretender's not going to win, because I'm not going to let it win.
What? Why? Great Pretender's good.
It is very good.
Well,
I
half of us have only seen it.
Exactly.
Yeah, hence why you should watch it.
Also, it's not done yet.
Yeah, but the first half's great.
Yeah, but I want to see the whole thing before I put it in.
By the way, I'm not the only one who, when I hear the title Great Pretender, I'm not the only one who thinks that the OP should be done by Name Wants to Battle, am I?
No. Moving on. I'll explain my point. Everyone for Echidna. I stand by this, and this is my point, a very controversial point, that Subaru should have chosen Amelia all along. Because I feel like there's nowhere for it to go if he chooses Rem. He loses his main character.
No, like, I get that. And you know what? I do think that he should get with Amelia, but I do just think... I just like Rem, okay?
I like Rem a lot as well. Rem is a brilliant character.
Like, this is how you do a character who's infatuated with someone else. Who, even though they know they're not going to get with them, they still want them to do... They're still going to be there with them no matter what.
Yeah, so have you guys read ahead in the light novels and know why Subaru wants Amelia?
No.
Not exactly. No.
Okay, I won't spoil them.
But I know that...
I'm going to guess it's something to do with the witch.
Something to do with the witch.
Okay.
I'm a bit worried about that, because I just think, why can it not just be he likes Amelia because she showed him kindness?
Yeah, I was thinking it would be that. Also, because she was the first kind of person who he met in that world.
And it's that moment at the end of season 1 is phenomenally good.
Yeah.
Like I watched the director's cut before season 2 came out to get Ren up to speed.
Oh,
I will say though, the speech that Ren gave to Subaru when he was asking her to run away with him, I legit teared up.
That's the best episode of the show.
I legit fucking teared up at that.
It's so good.
Congratulations, ReZero. You're the one isekai to actually make me nearly cry.
Yep, and then it had another episode this season where I nearly cried with The Great Rabbit.
Oh God,
yeah, like legit. I remember seeing one of Rem's deaths in the first season. I was just like, Okay, you cannot top that. They proved me wrong.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Well, who knew we were borrowing shit from Monty Python?
I know,
Yeah, because I was saying
Yeah,
that on Twitter when it happened.
I legitimately thought I was legit going. No, Subaru, quick, get the holy hand grenade.
Run away!
Run away.
Okay, shall we move on to some of the others? Everyone, no one picked Echidna for first place, though. I found
No.
interesting.
I was very close between her and Abigail, but I thought her character moment at the end.
Can I just say though, with
It surprised me recently when once you picked me from Decadence.
She was on there.
it was close for me.
I
But,
thought she was a really fun character.
but here's the thing for me on Amelia, on my one, and I'm going to get this point. I don't like the fact people keep saying, "Oh, she's a manic pixie dream girl," and there's no personality to
I
her.
don't think that. She's clearly
No,
not.
in fact, the whole point was in the episode where she leaves Subaru behind. She basically says, "I'm not this person. Get it out of your head."
Yeah, like I like that they did that in. That they did that in it. It just sort of makes you think, yeah, this really is not your usual isekai.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, speaking of which, did you guys watch the spin-off OVA about her childhood?
Not yet. No.
It is good. Definitely watch it.
I'm gonna get round to the spin-off OVAs when season 2's done because I'm gonna be so upset.
I mean,
every
hell, I
season.
will say after season 2, I'm actually kind of tempted to get the manga.
I will say
What,
season 2 part 2 is going to. I'm annoyed that because of COVID, we're not going to get all of season 2 this year, and we're going to have to wait till I believe winter or spring when they're going to do
That's
part
okay.
2.
Because it was officially going to end, I think, a few days ago because it's Amelia's birthday, and the author wanted this season 2 to end on her birthday.
Happy birthday, Amelia!
Happy birthday.
But
You fake anime
but
girl
of
that
course,
doesn't exist.
But of course, they didn't. Again, COVID changed the plans. But
So everything got pushed back.
and we don't get monetized, so I can say COVID all I want and get away with it.
Chizuru was number 3 for 3 of us.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
that's
number
interesting.
1 for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she was a really good character.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, I thought she just
It's-
Yeah.
I've had
stand
a-
out character
Yeah,
of the season.
also, can we
She's
just say...
infinitely better than
Can we
the
just
male
say,
character.
Yeah.
Mummy for Villain of the Year?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see what they're going to do with her in the final episode of that
Yeah.
show,
Yeah,
considering.
because the manga's still ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The weird thing is, I've heard. I still kind of want Kazuya and Chizuru to end up together by the end.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't deserve her.
No, he doesn't.
No, he's
No.
an ass.
But I think
he's a scumbag.
Yeah.
But I think
I feel
he's
like he definitely develop as the series goes on, though.
I think he's
Yeah.
going to develop, and I think he's going to
Because-
earn that right.
because-
No, but it shouldn't.
because I remember
she's
I remember Giga making a tweet saying he's gone ahead in the manga and says, yeah, it's kind of a coming of age story.
I-
But
And
he's
the fact of
20,
the
he shouldn't
the
come
fact of the
in.
matter is, you can kind of see where he's coming from because I mean, Mami was his first girlfriend technically,
Yeah, but
so
like,
it kind of plays at that.
I feel like
Yeah, but no one does rent a girlfriend as a healthy way to get a relationship.
yeah, and then like tells her that she's an ass, or then tells her that she's a bitch for doing it, and also
Yeah.
stalks her when she's actually just meeting up with a colleague.
Again,
Yeah, because the whole thing with the actors.
Yeah, but
Jesus, that was
no,
creepy.
the thing-
No one does that.
The thing is,
I want to.
anime.
Yeah,
I
I know.
want-
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, but just saying anime is not a valid excuse.
Yeah,
I'm not even saying it's a valid excuse. I will admit he's a trash human being.
He is, but I think if
Yeah,
they are.
I
to
was
get-
watching that, going, you're making it very hard for me to like this guy.
Yeah, I just remember, like, I would be honest, that was the most difficult episode for me to get through. It was just like, it's going to be misunderstanding, we all know where it's going, just get on with it!
And if they do get together by the end of it, then that kind of like invalidates all of that like shitty stuff that he's done, and it's like I don't want that to happen because
Yeah,
he's done
I
that
hope
stuff.
it does. I hope they do get together, but I hope like it doesn't fully invalidate all that. I do hope like it develops with him.
I want his character to. I will say, I want him to get together, but only if his character develops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Rent-A-Girlfriend's on. But that being said,
Well, I mean, it's still ongoing, so there's still plenty of chance.
I bought the first volume of the manga. That is my manga there, and I pre-ordered the third volume. I am going to keep going with this, even if we don't get a season 2, which I'm.
Yeah, I probably going to do the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't think it's a bad series at all. I mean, I think that the main character is the worst part about it because I don't like him. But like,
Really, even worse than Mummy.
to be honest, because she's actually interesting.
She's
she's
just a bitch.
She's emotionally manipulative.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean like having a nasty character doesn't mean that it's
No,
a bad
fair
show.
point, but,
I'm interested in seeing why she's.
But if I go by the moral scales, I feel like she's done worse than him.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically like a bit. Not quite as bad, but she's like mine from fucking Shield Hero.
I'm standing by to say I don't think it. I think people are going a bit too far by saying this was an incel fantasy.
No, it's not.
She'll hear all this.
Both. Take your pick.
This
I mean,
is
pretty
more
much
than
every
Shield
isekai
Hero,
can be
but-
considered as that.
I mean, I'm one could be challenged on it, but how do we feel about speaking of which, we're now moving into best male character. The scores at the minute are, though, that Great Pretenders in the lead with 18, God of High School's in second with 16, and ReZero and Rent-A-Girlfriend are tying for third with 14 each.
Yeah.
Well, you got Reese.
Right, so fifth I've got Shinichi from Uzaki-chan.
He nearly made... Oh, no, he is in my list. What am I about?
Fourth, I've got Soma from Food Wars.
Thank you.
Third, Daisuke from Millionaire Detective.
Hey.
Second,
I just like it because Ren's getting pissed off.
I'm not really
Yeah.
great.
second, I got Anos from Misfit Demon King Academy.
This is doing way better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah. And first, I've got Subaru from
Yeah, of
ReZero.
course. Let's take a
The,
wild
the
guess.
best boy of the season.
I'm just going to give you a spoiler. He's mine too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
Okay, I'll
Alright.
take that point on. Was it yours as well, Elliot?
I'll just go through mine.
Yeah.
Well, first two runners up, Katsuragi from, at least I think that's his name, from Decadence. I don't think it's his name,
I
but
think
and Soma from Food Wars.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 5 is Anos Voldigold from
Misfit.
Misfit.
Number 4 is Apare Sorano from Apare Ranma.
Good choice.
Number 3 is Daisuke Kanbei from Millionaire Detective. Number 2 is Jin Mori from God of High School. A big surprise, number 1 is Subaru Natsuki from ReZero.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's see the scores jump.
He's
so
a precious boy
He
who
is.
needs to be protected,
He's
but he
so-
can't because he dies
He
so often.
fucking needs to be protected. This poor
Yeah,
boy.
also,
I just
how jarring was it to go ReZero Season 1, Isekai Quartet, ReZero Season 2?
Yeah.
Shall we go 2 seasons of Isekai Quartet,
Yeah.
ReZero Season 2?
Also, I don't like Roswell as much as the teacher anymore.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ren, you gotta put up with him more.
Yeah, it's a shame he doesn't go like this.
And
no.
interestingly, he voices Dio, so
Yeah.
you're going to enjoy hearing that now forever.
And I'll make Ren stop in a minute just for going, the world!
The world!
Okay, so number 5, I put Kusame from Apare Ranman.
This isn't 7 seconds.
Kusame, oh fuck, yeah.
He's a very
Move
cool
on.
boy. Izzy from Digimon, number 4. Number 3, Thierry from Great Pretender. Number 2 is Anos from Misfit of Demon
Which one was
Academy.
Thierry?
The French dude.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1 is Subaru, of course.
Yeah.
I'm honestly surprised that no one's actually picked anyone from many people from Digimon.
Well, I'll probably get hate for this, but they were just better developed in the original series.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll
Who
agree with you on
compares
that
to
one.
the
I mean, yeah, that's kind of to be expected.
So,
Trust me, you're going to love their character development.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, so good.
I'm looking forward to watching it.
Okay, my lot were Soma from Food Wars in 5th. Then I got Shinichi from Uzaki-chan.
oh, so the flip of Mike.
Gotta do virtual high
Yeah.
fives now. Thank you very much for that, COVID. Then here comes my hate. Kazuya from Rent-A-Girlfriend.
Oh,
I
scumbag.
mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Then I got Makoto from The Great Pretender. And my number 1, of course, was Subaru from
Yeah.
ReZero.
Yeah.
We've agreed on something!
Big fucking surprise!
12 points.
Hang on, we should have had a banner. We've agreed on something! Actually, that should have been.
Calvin finally finished FF9.
Oh, should we say FF9999?
Hey!
FF9999!
Incidentally, Elliot, I appreciate your patience so much with us over that one.
It's okay.
You're picking tomorrow and our one in October
Woo!
for your patience.
Yeah.
And incidentally, it was only because I didn't do the side stuff that I needed till 999.
In that case, I'm going to suggest Dark Souls 3.
Oh, please don't let him play it. I want to play Dark Souls.
Alright, I'd say you can play Dark Souls 3 after Last of Us. I'm going to
He's taking
Demon Souls.
He took it from me, dived it before I could.
Ah.
Now I've got 2 in. I'm going to say you got free reign for tomorrow,
Alright.
and October I'm going to give you 2 choices, and you pick which one you want me to do.
Elliot, pick Avengers. It'll be hilarious.
That would be quality.
I think...
I love you too, Cal.
I hate that game.
Anyway, best boy.
Best boy, Subaru.
Oh,
he is-
Subaru. No.
The thing that made me realise it was going to be Subaru all on. I picked this weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was the arc with him reuniting with his parents.
Oh my god, yes. Like,
was
that's
that was a
something.
proper tearjerker.
That's something so many isekai don't do. They don't give connections to the main character and themselves in their old world.
like it's just like forget the old world. This one it's like, oh my god, he's actually confronted his demons that he said to his dad. And I also again, I like the fact Amelia is his thing to bring him back to that world. That it's a case of I know I've got responsibilities here, but I've also got responsibilities there.
Yeah. And like you can tell, like he feels guilty for ending up going to that other world without having to say goodbye
To his family. What was the tipping point for you, Reese, for Subaru?
Just all the deaths he goes through.
Yeah.
Especially
I'll be honest. After watching the first season, I was just thinking, this is gonna be my favorite character of this season, isn't it? I watched it. I was just like, yep.
He has a hard fucking.
There's a great. I said to Ren, I played Ren that clip of Jim Carrey and Sonic going, "Oh, give me a big fat break."
Yeah.
That should just be on after every single episode.
Something
of that show.
I love about ReZero, I'd like to know, he doesn't get over all the deaths.
No.
Yeah.
Every time he dies, he always gets scared.
And oh my god!
And when the rabbits just ate him, you could tell how shaken he was.
Yeah. Did you see last night's episode?
No, I haven't.
No, I've not.
Seriously, they do something very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And my god, the cliffhanger. Seriously, I'm glad that's not the cliffhanger for the entire season.
Yeah.
But my god, ReZero has gone up in my estimation so much, and I feel like the hate for the first season is going to look worse and worse as time goes on.
Why did the first season get hate?
Look up a few videos online. Some people said they didn't like Subaru's character and felt he's a bit of a selfish character.
No, you can tell you can always tell he's playing it up.
No, I think a lot of people missed the point.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like going, you're the reason why isekais are generic nonsense. You can't complain about...
You're the reason why Sword Art Online is the way it is.
It's one of those you can't complain about isekai being really generic and then and then say this doesn't work when this is trying to do something different.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also a lot of people complaining that it was a worse version of Groundhog Day.
Do you know what's interesting though? It's actually, the better comparison would have been Steins Gate, considering that it's made by a lot of the same staff as Steins Gate.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, and also it is. You can totally see ReZero's jumping between different timelines.
Yeah,
when he didn't fail.
Or you can kind of see it. It's like a video game when you die and go back to a checkpoint.
White Fox. I remember I did see something interesting where did someone at White Fox just say, you know that show that was really successful that we did? Let me just do that again. Only we make it a bit darker this time. Yeah, all right.
You're just like, how can we make that darker? I don't know.
I find it interesting only two of us had Shinichi from Izaki. Only me and Reese. It's weird for me to say only me and Reese because it's normally me and Elliot or me and Ren.
I mean, I did like him, but I feel like the main focus of the show and the main enjoyment of it was just Izaki-chan.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
he's kind of bland. He's okay.
I mean, I did still find him funny.
Yeah, I mean,
I knew when I went into this I was the only one picking Kazuya.
His blandness is the point.
I mean, I'll be honest, I was kind of close to picking Kazuya.
He does have enough points that don't really make him that likable.
I do think, he's not likable, but I think that's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
And he does it in a pretty good way, in a pretty damn good way.
I was also interested. The scores at the minute are ReZero's shot into number one.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised in the slightest.
It's 23 points. Then you got
and what's second place?
Great Pretender. That's 20. Third place is God of High School with 17. This is exactly. I must be honest. With the exception of Great Pretender, I thought it was going to be God of High School and ReZero when it came in today. We'll move on now to Best Holdover.
I've only given 2 points in this category.
Same here. No, I've only given 2.
I've got 5.
Yeah, I've got 5.
Oh no, actually no, I have got a few more now.
Yeah.
I've added a few more in there.
Yeah, I've got 5.
Okay, what do you got?
So fifth got Millionaire Detective. Fourth, Apari Ramen. Third, Food Wars. And second, Digimon. It's still good, but not as good as the original.
Oh, fair enough.
And first, Railgun T. My God, that's been amazing.
I'm honestly surprised I haven't mentioned that more.
Yeah.
I know, it's been fantastic. It's the best Railgun's ever been.
Really?
How can you ever mention Fruits Basket at all? Doing that?
Well, I wasn't having any other things.
I am getting to the certain scientific franchise.
So good.
I'm gonna finish High Score Girl, then I'm gonna do a couple more. But I'll promise you by the end of this year I will watch at least
Finish
one.
Hunter x Hunter.
I will have watched at least one season of Railgun.
Finish
I've done one for you. I'm doing one for him now.
Finish Hunter x Hunter.
Fuck you.
40 years I've gone
I'm gonna join in with you with that.
We're
one, just
gonna
to
make
piss
it.
him off.
Yeah, we're gonna make a fucking T-shirt of that someday.
for sure.
I'm just you on top of the RX-78.
Yeah, just as long as you can have a picture of me shouting King's Game while beating up the main protagonist of that show.
We are so.
Can I just have the watch JoJo's? Like, just
Yeah.
have me screaming at
You
people.
watch.
No, for a big show, it's just going to be me and Ren split down the middle. Watch JoJo's me. 40 years of Gundam.
I had fight to JoJo.
Yeah, and then it's just me and Calvin at the bottom with the ice cream. So. Okay.
And popcorn. Just-
Alright, number 5 is Food Wars. Number
Yep.
4 is Digimon Adventures.
Yep.
Number 3 is Millionaire Detective. Balance Unlimited.
Next.
Number 2 is Fruits Basket.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Appare Ranma.
Do you know what? I was gonna give Fruits Basket something on this one, but I thought it's not gonna get any points. I want something
Yeah,
to get some points.
I will say. I probably wouldn't put it number 1 of the Holdovers. No, I won't put it of the Holdovers. It was very close.
Yeah, Rennie boy.
And my only 2 are one for Appare Ranman and one for Digimon. I didn't want to give Billionaire Detective or my Diary of the Day Quarters at any point.
Why? Why did you not like Millionaire Detective?
It's just, I'm just not bothered about it.
Okay.
The characters weren't very interesting apart from the main one who was just an asshole with unlimited money.
Yeah.
That's the joke.
He was just Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I found that was like it just. Did you drop it at any point?
Yeah,
It does get better. Like
Diary
they
of
do
the-
go into full mystery.
All right. Diaries of Disney Backwater. Just piss you off. Appare Ramen.
It's Ranma, not
Ramen.
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 That's a very different show. That's just Food Wars.
Oh, like Asabi Asabase.
Or Balvin.
Just call him Melvin from now on. Just Melvin.
Food Wars Digimon's number 1.
Okay.
Fair play.
Okay. So
Where's you pick Digimon over Food Wars?
yeah, Digimon just for me did a little bit more. I feel like Food Wars. I was kind of going. Okay, I'm going through the motions now with this.
Yeah, I will admit, Food Wars. The end of that season of Food Wars did definitely just feel like.
I'm going
Just,
through.
just
You're going through
feel
the
like
motions.
yeah, they're just adding more onto it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of? So we're going to say at this point in time, when we say Digimon's got a chance to grow, but it's not really doing it, and the character development was better the first time round.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll probably have to wait to watch the original to see.
I just literally don't get the point. Why leave out TK and only have him in the second ED?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because Matt's.
I'm
whole
sorry.
character-
Just when you every time I see a TK, just say TK, Donkey Kong.
Well, here's the thing though. With TK, he's Matt's whole character arc is
Yeah.
usually centered around him, and it feels like Matt doesn't really have much of a motivation without TK.
Yeah, because it's the whole thing with his parents being divorced, so he feels obligated to look after TK.
Yeah, it's a.
Yeah, and also, it's Angemon who kills Devimon in the first arc.
Can I just say also with that one, Matt's dad was one of the best characters in that show,
Yes.
The Adults.
Yes,
Matt's dad is awesome.
definitely.
What, Elliot, your number 1 was.
Appare Ranma.
Yeah, that was a really good show.
Okay, this is probably going to be a very unpopular opinion, and I'm not going to lie. This is a very contender for me for Anime of the Year.
Really?
I'm not kidding. I love this show. It was. I thought it was really damn good.
You've got 2 wild cards. I think we can now expect it in there.
If you can find your way getting through like parts 3 to to be honest, if you want to get to part 7 of JoJo, which actually doesn't require any prior reading,
It's part 7 of
it's
JoJo,
pretty
isn't
much
it?
part 7 of JoJo.
Ah,
but
nice.
it's brilliant.
Yeah,
I've enjoyed this show.
I'm not kidding. I'm a big fan of. I really like sort of the Western race sort of aesthetic that it had. I just thought it was really good.
Reese, your one was
Railgun.
Railgun. How has Railgun done for you at this point?
Oh, it's been fantastic. Literally, this is the best that the Rail Decked universe has been.
How was
Would you say it's better than any of the Index stuff?
Oh yeah, way better. than
Okay,
this.
if we're going by this point, is it done yet, or
No.
are we still going?
They're still going.
This is a long season.
This is a long
Oh
season.
yeah.
Please don't pick it as one of your wild cards. I don't want to have to go through all the bloody.
Otherwise, we'd be having to watch a bunch of Index and just all of that.
Yeah, you have to watch all 3 seasons of Index,
Oh, God.
Accelerator, all 3 seasons
How many
now.
I'm not watching.
episodes
I'm not
is
watching the
this?
3rd season of Index. I've heard that one's bad.
200. It's like 200 odd episodes.
Yeah, we'll just end up with. So, what did you think? I don't know because I spent all my time watching Index, and even then I didn't get to Railgun.
So we're recording up to 24 episodes of Railgun.
It just felt like the one show they really want to get it done and they can't get
Yeah.
it done, and
And it's been amazing. My God, the fight scenes. And we even saw Best Girl of the Decade for the Annie Trending Awards. It came down to Makoto Railgun, which is
Shoko.
Yeah, Shoko ended up winning it, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you disappointed with
What's
Shoko
the
one?
I am, because Makoto's had a way bigger character arc because she's been in like 9 different
I
series.
was
now.
disappointed by the male winner, to be honest, so I'm
Yeah.
feeling your pain on
Who
that
was
one.
the male winner again?
It was the guy from Romantic Comedy Snafu.
Yeah.
How do you all feel about K-On! winning?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, that's a thought.
I'm not
Did
that
anyone of us watch romantic comedy?
No.
No,
I'm started on it, I haven't finished
because
it.
because the first 2 seasons are on Crunchyroll.
No.
I'm like, what the
No,
fuck?
they're Blu-ray exclusive. They're on High Dive, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Honestly,
I haven't.
they've really restricted them over here to like the Blu-rays.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
feels,
It is bad when you do that.
yeah, it feels really stupid because you're just driving people to piracy because they're not going to buy the Blu. Most people don't buy Blu-rays unless they really want to keep them as collector's items now.
Yeah.
Blu-rays really have now become collector's items.
Yeah,
more
like
than
the
anything else.
only anime Blu-rays I have is Heaven's Feel and Promet. That's it.
I bought a lot of Blu-rays, but that was only because I was working on my book. So obviously, I have a very big shelf of Blu-rays, but it's just because I kind of like them and I like having them on my shelf and I like having them as collector's
Yeah.
items.
When it comes to anime DVDs, I just get the regular DVDs. I cannot be asked getting the Blu-rays.
How do you guys feel about like physical versus like this is kind of similar to the physical versus digital games? I mean, you guys I think you guys buy them like 50-50 at this point.
I always prefer physical.
I do much rather get physical, but a lot of times now I'm realizing I'm getting more digital just because it's more convenient.
I'm definitely with you guys on that one.
Yeah, but my biggest problem is when the servers shut down, you lose those games if they aren't downloaded.
Yeah, that's a big problem. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I got both the physical and digital for Mario 3D All Stars.
Yeah.
Because it means when the servers shut down, I can still play that game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a really long time till these servers shut down, but
Yeah.
still. Ren, you picked
Mine was Digimon.
and I picked Digimon as well. You're not really the hugest Digimon fan in the world.
What? No, I am.
Yeah.
I watched some of the original and I played Digimon World on PS1, which means
Oh,
I'm
so
a
good.
mega fan.
Yeah,
So
no-
good.
Ren, what's your speedrun time?
Oh, I haven't played it. I've not speedrunned it.
I'm with you. I so want them to do an Insane Trilogy style remake. of
I am-
Digimon.
Yes, that'd be
Please.
amazing.
I am tempted to get like the PS1 Digimon games.
It's so good.
Seriously, they are really good. If you got a
Yeah.
PS1,
I do have a PS1. I'm tempted to
Yeah.
get them.
I saw one at CEX down the road. It's
Digimon World.
yeah.
Oh!
Was it sealed or open?
It was open, but
Yeah.
it was about 30 quid.
Okay, if I was, yeah,
That's a bargain. That.
yeah, if I was taking the bus or the train home, I would straight away go down and get
Digimon
that.
World is a
Yeah, because
fucking
I still have my disc, but it's scratched to hell.
Yeah,
Because
no,
Because-
PS1 discs did not last very well.
No, they don't.
It's one of the reasons why I'm not kind of surprised PlayStation 5 is not going to have backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Because how many people have got working PS1 discs? It's
I
not-
do.
I've got a working PS1.
Yeah. Shall we move on to the sequels now?
Yeah.
Reese, what have you got?
Let's have a look. See.
In the end,
I've only got 4 for my list.
I only got 2.
There wasn't that many sequels.
2 on one.
So 4th, got
3.
Pokemon Journeys.
Oh yeah, Pokemon Journey style.
That has been good actually. It's basically Ash's greatest hits where he goes back to previous regions.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Yeah, and he's also called Gengar.
And a Dragonite.
Yeah,
oh, right.
yeah. So he's basically the strongest he's ever been with just 2 Pokemon. 3rd, Fire Force.
It's been all right this season actually.
Yeah. 2nd, ReZero.
Second.
Second.
Wow. What?
Yeah. 1st, 7 Deadly Sins, season 4.
Oh, yeah, I remember you saying.
Oh,
Because we finally have backstory,
shit.
and it's been amazing. And also, we did have 24 episodes dumped this season.
Okay.
Have we abandoned
Okay.
the power levels?
Once again,
No.
Reese, you are
Ren, they've gone higher and higher.
once again, Reese,
They were
you are
already
the
so
biggest.
inconsequential.
But Escanor, my God.
Oh, God.
You know what?
He's basically got infinite battle power now.
You know what? I'm changing my biggest surprise to Reese Imelec.
Yeah.
Every season,
Yeah.
it's
Escanor, best boy.
every season, Reese, you surprise us more
Yeah.
and more. Elliot, what have you got?
I've only got 2. Number 2 being Fire Force, number 1 being obviously ReZero.
Yeah.
It's been fucking amazing.
So you guys have watched Pokemon Journeys then?
No.
I've been watching a bit of it.
Yeah.
I do. I'm not. It's weird. I struggle to hear Ash not being voiced by Veronica Taylor.
Well, he's not been voiced by Veronica Taylor since Advanced.
I know, and it's still.
So that's what, like 2003?
I know. I'm a very old taku.
Boomer! Boomer!
Shall we move
I'll
on,
be, yeah,
please?
yeah, seriously, I have not watched Pokemon for years, and I don't plan to. It's just gone really bad.
I will say this season's fixed a lot.
Yeah.
I will say if you ever jump back in, Pokemon Journeys is the one to jump. The only thing that's not that good about it is
Ash's teeth.
the theme song.
The first theme song was good. Second, not so good.
Like compared to the Japanese one is so
yeah.
good.
In all fairness,
1, 2, 3, just in and let's go.
The English OPs are almost never good. I say almost never good because the original was.
The first 3 ones are great.
Yeah, the first 3 ones are fucking amazing.
Also, I kind of like We Will Be Heroes. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Which one's that from again?
We will be
Battle Dimension.
heroes.
Battle Dimension Pokemon.
Yeah, so that was Gen 4, wasn't it, Cal?
Gen 4, the end of Gen 4,
Yeah.
yeah, because they were doing the Battle Frontier and all
Yeah.
that business. Shall we,
So the best sequel for me were Gretzko Season 3 and ReZero Season 2. They were the only sequels I watched.
so
So you didn't watch Fire Force?
No.
How
No,
come?
I didn't get through the first season of Fire Force.
Oh, didn't you?
No,
I,
didn't
mine,
enjoy that much.
I had Fire Force,
I didn't get through all of it. I just binged it like a single day.
then a
I wasn't hugely
Gretzko,
into it at the time. to be honest.
and
It
then
just got a lot better.
finally I did ReZero, obviously.
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 It's brilliant. I love it so much. It's just been so good.
ReZero, wow, they've outdone themselves. I actually said I wonder where they're going to go with a second season.
Yeah.
And then immediately, do you know what? I was genuinely, when I watched the director's cut, you know the first scene of season 2, that's the cliffhanger in the director's cut version.
Oh, really?
They added that in at the end to hype it up, and I was like, I was actually really pissed off with that ending. Because I was like, why did you take away Subaru's victory?
Yeah.
And then when they go into episode 1, I was like, that's why you did it. Okay, I'm on board now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sort of almost like you've had, and like that one tragic bit where Subaru's checkpoint is not at a point where you can save Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so gutted.
I was alright with that one because I thought, oh, don't make us do the whole whale thing again.
Yeah. Fight the 10th time.
Like,
Exactly.
incidentally, the battle with the whale is probably the best fight scene in the
Yeah.
entire series.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, how funny was it though when that first happened and Giggle did his video, Whale Wars.
Oh no, he wouldn't have to fight the whale again because that checkpoint came up just after he killed it.
Oh, yeah.
He would just have to fight the Linguini, whatever the hell his name was.
So, incidentally, well, what, ReZero really, would you say, how do you feel about season 2 compared to season 1? I feel like they complement each other very well.
I think they complement each other really well. I like how the first season was mostly just like a bunch of very small things. Small things. Meanwhile, season 2, which eventually built up into a big thing. Meanwhile, this one just starts off really big.
Yeah.
How do you, I'm with you on that one. I don't think they would have had much of a choice considering that at the end of, what had happened at the end of season 2. I think it's getting to a stage now where ReZero could really be one of the all-time greats if it keeps going at this rate.
It's definitely one of the best isekais.
Hell yeah! As I said, it's in my top 3 favorites.
We know your favourites are still Sly. Would you say ReZero is your favourite now, or would you want to wait on that one before you?
I'll still wait on it because I'm still thinking Shield Hero.
Shield Hero is a definite contender for me.
Sword Art Online's my favourite.
Yeah, I'd like to know my top 3 in no particular order is Slime, ReZero, and Shield Hero.
I would say though, you can only say the Sword Art Online is your favourite if you do it in your Steiner voice.
Sword Art Online is my favourite isekai.
I won't say
Yes, because I love 5 rape scenes
Who doesn't love that?
with tentacle monsters.
Do not take these things out of context.
Context, please. I'm not editing that out.
No, put them on a t-shirt.
I'm not editing that out because I stand by it.
I want there to be a out of context Anime Amigos page just so we can get that. Just so we can get the scene of Ren going 5 rape. No, not 5 tentacle rape scenes.
It's weird that they are doing that. It's weird that Sword Online gets away with that still.
Yeah, it's so
seriously.
bad.
It's like, how has this gone away with this? How are people giving this a pass?
Like seriously, a show is seriously overhyped when it's gained more praise than My Hero Academia season 4.
And when it's gained more praise than Rising of the Shield Hero.
No, you know it's bad when Kirito's getting more praise when he's a bloody vegetable.
Yeah.
And they're still saying he's one of the best characters of the
Yeah,
season.
and not to mention, as I said before, again, people claiming that Kirito and Asuna have the best relationship. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Their relationship is trash. If you want a good relationship, read Bakuman.
Hey, if you want a good example there, if you want their relationship done right,
Just look at us.
watch SAO Abridged. They actually
Yes.
do a really good job with their relationship on that one.
And like Bunny Girl Senpai, Toradora, fucking Bakuman. There's so many good relationships.
My man, you said Toradora. You are a genius just for that alone.
Woo! I haven't seen much of it. I love it though.
Yeah.
No, Toradora is in my top 15 all-time favorite anime.
Yeah, it is great.
It's I'm getting sick of people complaining about it. So
Why do people complain about it? It's great.
It's not.
Like hell, I would even.
a lot of people complained that it was lolly bait.
I was like, oh fuck
Like
off.
hell, I would
me-
even go as far as to say that Hero and Zero Two had a better relationship.
It's
as
I'm
Asuna
miss,
and Kirito.
if you say that, you're missing the point of fucking Toradora.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let's move on to our best originals because I think we've gushed about ReZero enough.
Yeah.
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 And I think judging by the scoreboard, we're going to have time to gush about it as the year goes on.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
move on to best original though. Reese, what have you got?
Right, fifth got Decadence.
Hmm?
Fourth, Uzaki-chan.
Hang on a second. Uzaki-chan.
Did you get Decadence?
Yeah, I got Decadence.
Yeah. Third, got a High School.
That was a smart choice.
Second, Misfit Demon King Academy.
Okay, I'm wondering what this.
And first, Rent a Girlfriend.
I did not
Really?
expect that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I basically thought the show was better than the sum of its parts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, Reese Immerlich, biggest surprise of the year.
I don't know what to do with this anymore. He comes out with this and then does that. You are an
No
enigma.
one can predict the amazing autistic man.
Oh, please take that out of context.
Now put that on a t-shirt.
That is I'm gonna get you that for
Yeah,
Christmas.
and the funny thing is, we have two autistic people in the group.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just that I'm the inaccurate autistic boy.
Let's just
Autistic
Yeah.
man, an autistic boy.
My amazing sidekick.
dyspraxic idiot.
Yeah, just yeet the child at the criminals.
Autistic man is psychic. Spasm Kid. Okay.
And
Speaking of Spasm Kid, it's my turn.
Let's move on, Ryan, quickly.
Number 5 is Uzaki-chan wants to hang out. Number 4 is Rent a Girlfriend, sorry.
That's fine.
Let's
Meanwhile, Cal's dying on his computer.
get on with it, Elliot, please.
Number 3 is Misfit of the Demon King Academy.
I'm gonna make so many enemies not having it in my top 5.
And number 2 is Decadence. And yeah, number 1's God of High School.
Well, you'll be their contradiction.
Oh, God. So my number 5 is God of High School.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
My number 4 is Rent a Girlfriend.
You know, it's sad because when I first saw God of High School, my main thought was, yeah, this is probably going to be Ren's number 1.
It was going to be my number 1, and it killed it.
Let's move on.
Anyway, number 3, Misfit of Demon Academy.
That surprised me a little bit.
Number 2, Uzaki-chan.
What's your number 1?
Great Pretender.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure Misfit has been number 3 for all of us so far.
Yeah.
Until me.
Yeah.
You broke the chain! How dare you!
Yeah, where it becomes first.
You wish. Number 5, Decadence. Then I had God of High School.
I'm surprised God of High School was only my number 1.
Then I had The Great Pretender. Then Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. And of course, Rent a Girlfriend was my number 1.
Oh, really? Oh. It's unusual for us to agree.
Yeah, no, it's unusual, but it worked. So
Somehow.
we'll go through the scores in a minute, but I'm with you, Reese. I feel like the sum of its parts made up for the whole thing, and it feels like a show I really want to see more and more of.
Definitely.
No, I agree with you on that.
I'm kind of upset Uzaki didn't get number 1 for anyone. I was so close to putting it at number 1.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's a nice show. Decadence did a lot better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah.
Same with Misfit of Demon Academy. It's like
I absolutely love Misfit.
I thought it was really good. I'm just surprised how much I loved it.
I saw the writing in it.
Can I be honest? When I was coming down today, I predicted that you and
Yeah,
Elliot,
and again, quote, basically every anime ever. Just because you kill me doesn't mean I died.
Yeah.
I was predicting you and Elliot were going to pick God of High School. I wasn't sure where you were going. I thought you might pick something. I thought you were going to pick possibly Great Pretender. or maybe Rent a Girlfriend at a push.
Yeah.
But I genuinely didn't think Reese was going to pick Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to it every week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it every week. I'm desperate for season 2 to get announced.
Oh yeah, I really want season 2. Do you know if it's going to continue into next season?
It's not. No, nothing's really continuing into next season that we start. I believe. I looked that up. Maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to be wrong on that one.
Yeah, it's moved a bit weird. They left
I'm pretty sure Digimon
one of the girls for like the final 2 episodes.
Yeah, it sounds really weird. Sumi didn't show up to the last.
Especially because she's in like all the OPs and EDs.
Yeah, she's lovely though.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's
bye
great.
bye.
I like the whole thing of where Kazuya just grabs his hand and then slams it down.
Yeah.
He's like, I know it's a great for you to stand up for me, but not right now.
Now let's talk about her or his penis.
Oh dear.
Why not both?
Okay. That's another one for out context anime amigos.
Yeah, well, here's a question for you. Which do you find more innuendo, Darling in the Franxx or Rent a Girlfriend?
Rent a Girlfriend. And that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. What's interesting for me is I was the only one who did pick Misfit Demon the Kidding Academy. I stand by. I think it's a good show. It just doesn't quite do it for me. It's just one of those where I'm kind of dropped off it a little bit. But I'm willing to keep going with it. I'm going to watch it to the end. I'm going to see how it turns out. I might even watch a second season.
I'm sure. I'm definitely will.
Yeah, I will.
Do you know what? The three of you going so much for it, I will keep on with it. I will keep doing it as long as you guys want to keep doing it because I think it's only fair to you lot. So yeah, no, I'm definitely not going to drop Misfit Demon King Academy. So is there anything that you feel on this one, Ren, on the fact that you picked Great Pretender? The reason I didn't pick it at number 1 is because I want to see how the final few arcs do it.
See, I was on track to pick God of High School for best original, but
then the power scaling went
yeah,
out the window.
because I was loving it. Like, I mean, as you were saying earlier, like you correctly predicted it would have been my best original, but it just that being brought down made me realise how mediocre a season we've had, and then Great Pretender was very good. But in a stronger season, I think probably would have been sidelined, and so I just picked the one that I felt was best.
This definitely felt like the season with the most hot takes that we've had.
Yeah, certainly. Yeah.
Incidentally, the scores at the minute are.
I'm still so surprised when you're only pick God of High School. So surprised.
Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised as well.
It's been a really damn good show.
I thought 2 people were going to pick it, and it would be.
Yeah, well, the problem with me is that they left so much out from like the source material. Like they don't even explain what the key is.
Which I think
I
think they needed to do.
I want to very say it's definitely gotten me interested in reading the webcomic. In fact, I'm going to once see.
Incidentally,
yeah, because like I said, definitely it basically goes into like Dragon Ball scaling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the whole thing about the key, in case you want to know what it is, a person who possesses it has the ability to break the taboo to fight gods.
Isn't that already happening? I don't know what.
Yeah, but literally, if you have the key, you can go to heaven and punch Buddha in the face.
Jesus.
I loved it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love it.
Let's okay. Now it's time to pick.
We're talking Asura's Wrath. That's basically what the last.
I was actually saying
but with slightly less anger.
and slightly less DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're not hearing anything. So let's go to the scores. And there's going to be 6 anime at the minute that are fighting for this, because in joint 5th place is Digimon and Misfit of Demon the King Academy, with 17 each. 4th place was Uzaki-chan. That got 19. Then joint 3rd is Rent-A-Girlfriend and God of High School. Did not expect those two to tie.
No, I don't.
Great Pretenders in 2nd with 24.
All done by you two.
Just us two.
And
Mostly Ren, actually.
And ReZero is topping the chart with 33 points.
I think it's pretty obvious what our number 1 is then.
Yeah,
Did you come here wanting ReZero to win?
Yeah.
Same.
My thought was it's going to be either ReZero or Girl of High School. I'm not expecting Appare Ranma to win, even though it is, in my opinion, the best thing I've seen this season.
Okay. What out of all these you want ReZero? You want ReZero?
Yeah.
Reese? I want ReZero.
I want ReZero.
I want ReZero.
Well, that was easy.
Anime of the season.
Isn't it ReZero season 2?
It's spring of last year all over again.
Everybody clap your hands.
I love that that's still one of the running jokes.
Yeah, I know.
How do we... Okay, let's talk about the fall season. It definitely feels like a really long season, a big season. A lot is coming. It also feels like a lot of shows are starting. How many of these shows are you expecting to finish their runs?
Not a lot.
Not that many.
Because I can't see Japan not going through some sort of lockdown in the next couple of months.
Mm.
I will say though, I do think a lot of these shows are prepped now. I feel like the work at home situation's now a lot better.
I would say this is probably the season I'm most excited for this year.
I'll say I'm quietly confident that a bunch of these shows will finish their runs.
Yeah.
And we'll see a minimum amount of delays. Can I say Attack on Titan is going to be the big hitter the next season, or the one that everyone's going to be talking about, and that's not coming out till December the 7th.
Yeah. And all of us will probably be talking about Golden Kamuy season 3.
Oh yes, Golden Kamuy.
Haikyuu season 4, which I've just caught up to date. with.
I still have not caught up.
Sorry,
I'm
second
not
half
caught
of
up.
season 4.
I still haven't caught up to it. I don't think I'm going to be able to by the time we...
It's worth it if you.
So I tell you one I'm looking forward to. I've heard a lot of good things about this one. I think it's called Fly Me to the Moon. I'm not sure what the Japanese title is, but that's.
Which one is it?
It's called. Oh no, it's Tonikawa.
Is it Adachi to Shimamaru?
It's Tonikawa Over the Moon for You. It's apparently a really good manga that is finally getting an adaptation. A lot of people have really been asking for it. So I'm really looking forward to that one. That's one I'm dead excited for. I really hope that doesn't get stuck in Netflix.
The
shell.
two I'm most excited for, I've already told you guys, one of them is Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah.
because I've been reading the manga for it and it's been really good. And the second one is, of course, Higurashi no
Yeah.
Nakamura.
I was about to say.
I'm so excited for it. Cannot wait to see that goddamn fingernail scene in HD.
Yeah.
Higurashi on Halloween.
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Man, that is fucking it.
Any-
Right, yeah.
Anything you've spoiled, Reese?
Well, one controversial thing coming back is definitely Strike Witches.
Yeah, Strike Witches is coming back. What's
Yeah.
going on with that?
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be the next big Twitter uproar.
One I wasn't expecting to come back is Irregular Magic School.
Yeah,
Is
that
that
was
coming
weird.
back?
Yeah, the sixth season of
Is
that's
it
coming
Ron
back.
Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon is coming back at last time?
Yeah, actually
the-
season 3.
Yeah,
I'm actually looking forward to it. I really like the
I
second
haven't
season.
seen the original.
Yeah, but I'm caught up with it.
I should probably try watching again because I've never really been into Danmachi all that much.
One I'm actually looking forward to because I remember like a couple years ago it was saying the manga was being adapted and I thought it seems like a really good premise. Is Moriarty the Patriot.
Oh,
It's
nice.
eventually, from what I can tell, it's a Sherlock Holmes story being told from the perspective of Moriarty.
Oh wow, I like that.
We will be missed to mention a couple of things getting their third season, like Mr. Omatsu, which I don't think any of us have watched the first.
No.
No Bleach seems interesting. That's another webtoons.
There's one coming out called It's Your Eternity, which sounds quite interesting. So that's about an immortal being that takes on the shapes of things around it, takes on the shape of a boy who is in like critical condition basically and travels the world.
I've noticed quite a bit of romance anime coming next.
Wait, hang
season.
on. If he becomes a boy critical condition,
Yeah, you know,
how can he go around the world?
Presumably doesn't take on his illness.
I've also heard a lot of. Oh,
Possibly.
there we go. Hello again.
Hello.
Greetings.
The one that's being done by Tezuka Productions, which I'm very curious about, is one called Adachi and Shinamura. Apparently, people have also said this is a really great light novel. If you like.
Just every season is going to be an LGBT one.
Yeah, it is. Apparently, it's one of the better. It's one of the best LGBT
That'll be interesting.
anime that's light novels that's come
Yeah.
out in recent memory. So I'll be interested to see what.
Yeah, I'll be interested because honestly, the only LGBT anime that I've seen and really liked is Given.
Citrus. Which is your favourite?
No, I haven't. No. I said I was surprised by how. I was surprised it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
It's incidentally did Bennett say to an old Taku New Tricks episode on it that you might want to watch.
Citrus, did he?
Yeah, no. Well, I'm a Patreon of his, so I voted on that one. I didn't actually vote for that one. I voted for the Ghost in the Shell standalone complex one that we watched.
There seems to be
Which also got-
there seems to be a few more isekai-like ones like Our Last Crusade or The Rise of
Blue. The weird thing is, I'm thinking with going back to Adachi and Shimura, it's going to be very hard for that to stand out, especially after Bloom Into You, which got very good critical reception.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, we're also getting the Demon Slayer film of demons on a train.
when are we ever?
Oh yeah. Oh, is that what said?
I really hope that comes to some stream platform
Yeah.
So
because
it's
it's not
If not,
coming.
if not, I hope it comes to Blu-ray at least.
So are they
Yeah.
not doing? So they're not doing. Season 2 will commence from where season 1 ended.
No. They're going to
No, the movie is actually canon from what I'm aware of.
Right,
Yeah, the
okay.
movie-
Also, so
And then
also,
I think it's going to be the movie. Then they'll move into season 2.
fingers crossed, season 2 is confirmed with the movie.
Oh, will they?
Yeah. So basically, you remember the old Sam Jackson film, Snakes on a Plane?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, now it's Demons on the Train.
Ah,
Hey.
beautiful.
Actually, there's a parody called Snakes on a Train.
Incidentally, good news is that Violet Evergarden's movie is going to come out
Finally.
in a couple of weeks.
I also rewatched that again. Rewatched that again recently, and
and
it actually
you
enjoyed
made
it
me
more.
very angry with that
I'm
one.
sorry. I actually enjoyed it more on my rewatch.
Because he said he can't stand the dove anymore.
Yeah.
A new Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest Dino.
Oh yeah, new Dragon Quest.
Daiboken.
Reese is going to love that because you're a big Dragon Quest fan.
It's done by Toei. It's done by Toei Animation as well.
Oh, Toei Animation's doing it.
Yeah, how so?
Yeah, Toei have always done Dragon Quest.
Is this Dragon Quest an original story, do you reckon, or is it a
It doesn't say.
Well, it's hard to tell by the art because it looks like Akira Toriyama.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It doesn't say if it's what adaptation it is of.
Well, he's not one of the.
So as far as I'm aware, it's probably like an original.
Well, he's not one of the 4 characters from Smash Brothers. I can tell that much.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be an original story. That's what I guess.
Okay.
Should we do our recommendations?
Okay, so we're now going to do for next month. We're going to watch 3 episodes of shows we recommend for each other.
I can guarantee I'm still going to watch like everything everyone else.
So incidentally, we're going to watch the first 3 episodes of shows we've never watched, and we're going to say whether we like give our thoughts on it, and would we keep watching.
So I'm scared because Reese is recommending for me, and he's been trying to get me to watch Gundam for a long time.
I'm scared because Ren's recommending for me.
The rule is, though, we're not allowed to recommend something unless it's on a very accessible streaming service, or we bring in a Blu-ray to lend someone.
Yeah.
So, Reese, did you bring in a Blu-ray, or is he going to be streaming?
He's going to be streaming.
Let me guess.
I'm Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, I called it.
It is on Netflix, I should
That's
say.
fine. I'll watch it on there.
So, Ren's going to give his thoughts on the first 3 episodes of Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Yeah.
I'm
Raise your flag.
Ren's giving one to Elliot.
So I'm recommending to Elliot JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Stardust Crusaders, which is part 3.
Big surprise.
Yes. You can, if you really want to, you can watch part 1 and 2 in the form of abridged movies that are feature length.
I would prefer.
I already have the manga for part 1.
Yeah.
Can I get one for part 2?
I would say I'd say you don't really need to know except a bit about Dio, and if you know.
I've read a fair bit of part 1, so I already know.
Just go straight into Stardust Crusaders.
I can lend you the manga for part 2 if you need.
I'll be fine. I'll get it, mate.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Elliot's turn for me. What am I watching?
My one is a DVD. I don't have it on me, but I'll bring it next time. It's Claymore.
Oh!
Claymore's very good.
Is it
on any streaming services? Because
I don't think so.
Because I don't know when we're going to be seeing. Oh no, we're going to see each other at the probably in a couple of weeks. So
Anyway.
yeah, save it for that. So I'm watching Claymore. I've been meaning to get around to that.
As far as I'm aware, a lot of people compare it to things like Berserk and Vinland Saga because it's sort of like it's a lot more it's a lot less anime-like than other ones. I've been reading the manga for it on the Shonen Jump app. I legitimately love it.
Okay, Reese, you're going to watch something on. You're not watching Eureka 7 because I know you've watched that. Yeah. You are going to watch though something I've watched on Netflix. I think it's really good, but not enough people have watched it.
Oh, it's not Bloody Cuties, is it?
No, thank God.
Come on, dude. That's our anime of 2020, obviously.
Oh no, no. You're going to be watching a show called.
Corey in the house.
You're going to be watching Lost Song.
I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't seen that yet.
Okay, you're going to watch Lost Song, and
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, yes. Yeah. It's a really good one. I would so recommend it. So next time we're going to give our thoughts. So Elliot can give his thoughts on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3. Reese is going to give his thoughts on Lost Song. I'm going to give my thoughts on Claymore, and Ren's going to give his thoughts on Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans.
I saw that coming a mile off.
Oh, it's so good that Ren. You're going to love it or I'm going to kill you.
Can I just say, it is the best Gundam series.
Yeah.
And this is coming from someone who for years said, I think I'm going to go for Wing just on nostalgia benefits. And then I went,
Wing does not hold up.
No, it does not.
It does not.
Incidentally, rewatching it made me go, oh my god.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Never mind.
The dub is so bad.
Turns out it's on Funimation.
Claymore.
Claymore's on Funimation.
Excellent.
Nice.
No problem. I'll watch it on Funimation.
Alright, cool. I
Has it
don't
got
need to do the DVD.
has it got a dub?
I think it does. Yeah, it does have a dub.
I'm going to watch it in dub.
I know the show has a dub. I don't know if it has it on Funimation though.
Okay, if it's not available, I'll just leave it. But as I say, I'm going to watch Claymore on Funimation.
Yeah.
Also, Elliot, if the inclination takes you and you wish to watch more than 3 episodes, feel free to watch part 4.
Ren, if you get the inkling of wanting to do 40 years of Gundam, you know it's right there for you.
You know, guys. If you want to watch 10 years of Carbide fucking Vanguard,
Yes, okay. And on that note, Ren, take the long walk because we'll see you next time.
And on that bombshell,
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
goodbye
Bye.
everyone.
Later, everybody.